Whoa, 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 whoa. What's good, y'all? Y'all know it is Don Dada, top shot. Hold on, y'all. I ain't got my backdrop here. Let me go grab it for y'all real quickly. Real quickly. Hold on. I know the one I'm using. Hold on, y'all. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Oh shit. All right, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Don Dada, top five, not five. Y'all pull on up. Pull on up, pull on up, pull on up, pull on up, pull on up. Let's get it cranking. Oh, no, I still can't do it like that. Y'all, so I show the most sources. This is going to be the topic of this debate. Been in a lot of lives. They refuse to show evidence to kind of back their claim up. So when we talking about we truth seekers, it's important to know what's the truth. Truth is based on facts. Fact is based on evidence. Evidence is based on objectivity. Objectivity is something you can, obviously objectify. Something that you can even observe, something that you can touch, something that's tangible. In essence, our senses, right? We measure truth off our senses. That's how we measure reality. Anything outside of reality will be considered supernatural. That means it's above nature or beyond nature. And we kind of live in nature or a natural state. So, yes, essentially, I'm a naturalist. I'm an empiricist. I'm a realist. This is the metric that I live in. I don't live in, trust me, bro, I don't live in anecdotal inference or rhetoric. It's only reality right now. The minute hand on my clock says 28. It should say the same thing. Whether, like, if you're in the States, the time may be 5, 4, 6, or 8, whatever. But that minute hand stays the same. That's something objective. That's something we can all verify in real time. So this is how we know what's true, accurate, and correct, right? It has to be falsifiable. It has to be able to be either proven wrong or correct. This is the scientific method, right? The scientific method is goes through what's called peer review. Peer review means, hey, the Don Dada just can't say he right. I got to see if I can put this through my own metric and reproduce the same shit. That's what replicability is, right? So I hope that made sense to y'all, because we're gonna expose a lot of people's misinformation, a lot of people's grift, a lot of people's conjecture, right? This is not about opinion. This is not about how you feel. This is not about what resonates to you, right? I don't really resonate with a lot of people because, unfortunately, I have to be a little bit pretentious and condescending when I'm talking to people so that they can understand that I have authority in a lot of these conversations. And it's not to really to sun people, but it is, right? A lot of these people talking so confidently don't be knowing what the hell they talking about. And I promise you, from the top to the bottom, from like the most loudest voices, the most faces that you see on the internet, where that's Yaki Waken, Dr. Umar, Tariq Nasheed, Dane Calloway, the Rod Hazes, who else did they got out there? You know, all these people literally be yapping. And let me know if this is fair, because this is how I think, right? If we have a disagreement, we can have a formal debate, we can present our evidence and let the people decide, right? Even though the people need to understand, once again, that metric for what's true and correct. Let the people decide, right? So I was just in a live where the lady wouldn't even let you show sources. You can't even show a source. So at that point, I have nothing else to do but to sound like I'm the most astute on the academic level. Now, the problem is you got a lot of people that are anti-intellectuals, right? They'll say that you're indoctrinated because you understand history, you understand science, biology, genetics, migration, anthropology, archaeology, ethnology, all the scientific disciplines. You might, because you, unfortunately, you have to be a polymath. You have to be disciplined in like multi-sciences, right? So they'll say you're indoctrinated. Why do they want to do this? And what's the contrary for being this quote unquote indoctrination? The contrary is to make shit up. That's it. Because if they're saying, hey, everything that you've read, all the history books is indoctrination, there's literally no way that somebody can provide any counterclaim without them just making things up. Because if we speak in English, a lot of things come from the history books in English, right? But check this out. I don't even do that. I remember I was so fucking deep into this shit. I would go to the Spanish books, translate them, go to the Arabic books, translate them. Google Translate. I remember I put Chief Natural on blast one time for forging a translation. He was trying to go to see who had the oldest um, translation of the Columbus journals, and he ended up putting out a whole forgery. Or he showed the first page and ended up showing a different source of like page 4. Because I don't know if y'all know Columbus, the journals is not that long, but nonetheless, y'all tap the screen, repost it live. Let's see if we can get us an algorithm. If not, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. We kind of know that real niggas is suppressed over on these apps. But at least do me that. At least just repost it live. You ain't got to share it to nobody, but just repost it live. Tap the screen. And yeah, let's talk about this shit. What's good, family? What's good, Mello? I don't really care to talk about them lives over there. They super fried. I just kind of go over there to get off.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. That shit was kind of funny. Uh, the conflation, how easy pseudo spread, how easy they was ready to start some new conspiracies and just hop on board. Bro, it was just really wild work. The just yeah, the cognitive dissonance, the what else? The psych. It was some crazy pseudo psychosis happening. Just straight up.
Yeah,
What
the
was
host got
that?
it. The host got it bad.
Bro, it was crazy, man. Oh
And the dude
man,
came
I
up with
just
this.
can't. Go ahead.
No, I'm just gonna give a little commentary on it. Yeah, it's crazy, but like I appreciate the little Keo girl, even though she had to crash too, because she was actually looking up some information while we was talking. Like she was trying to pseudo it up, but I'm like, you can't do nothing at this point. How you gonna try to bring up Anzic Man? How you gonna try to bring up the mounds? You can't talk about DNA with me. Like, and I asked them my favorite question: how do y'all get here? We've always been here. Substantiated. Prove how you've always been here. How far back is always been here? Immemorial. Go back to the earliest memory. Go back. This dude start bringing up Spaniards. Y'all, I'm trying to get y'all to see this is full blown. I'm trying to get y'all to see this is full blown psychosis. Y'all gotta understand. Like it be people dressed regular. They got a haircut. They teeth ain't all the way jacked up. They be going through mental issues, bro. This stems from trauma. I got a dude, y'all. I'm finna chop his ass up all this week. Him right here. I don't know if y'all seen this dude right here. Y'all probably can't recognize him because of these glasses. But this is kind of his eyes kind of cocked, and he be saying a whole bunch of shit about the Illuminati and shit. I'm gonna get on his ass because he got one of my friends in a crazy rabbit hole. So y'all gonna be seeing a lot of him this week. I promised I'm gonna do 3 videos a day on his ass. And it's easy because he does 3 hour lives. But let me show y'all. And it's crazy because I made this backdrop before I even knew that my partner was down these rabbit holes. And I forget his name. I think it was something like Gators or something like that. Let me just put in Gators Illuminati and hope it comes up. Illuminati. Hopefully something comes up. Just because I want to show y'all something similar. I've always shown y'all when it comes to these grifters and their YouTube platforms. If they show a source, they get debunked with their own source. But this dude yapped for 3 hours, and just like that live we was just on, nothing comes up on the screen. So is this it? I'm gonna see if I can find. I probably can't find him, y'all, because I ain't gonna be able to find. I put in Illuminati, it didn't come up. But y'all gonna see plenty of them. It's giving me a whole lot of Florida Gator shit. But y'all gonna see him this week. I'm gonna chop him up. He got hella information to go off of. But what my partner told me is that he has a whole little what's it called when they ask for money at the church? The little session cut like that called. He got a whole little session like that where he just started begging for money. And he say, I'm finna get $1,500. I got 3 people finna give me $1,500. Y'all, the reason why I made the video, and y'all gotta add me on Instagram to see the video because I made it on Instagram where I screenshot all the money that accumulated on this app from the gifts. It came up to like, I think like 1,200, something like that. Now, y'all know TikTok don't pay nothing but pennies. So for it to accumulate for 1,200, that's how you know I never attached no banking account to this shit. And that's the reason why I was showing. I was like, bro, you got real live grifters on here Real live people on here panhandling, having battles to try to get some coins to stack up to $20. Like that's weird. That's begging. That's panhandling. That's grifting. Like I never did that. Actually, I can show y'all on here. I can show y'all my Instagram on here. I'm gonna show y'all. But yeah, this is these people hustle. And the reason why I show y'all is like, and that shit is still on there. The same amount is still on there to this day. But yeah, just be aware, bro. People ain't showing no sources, they ain't showing no evidence, they ain't got no receipts. They just trust me, bro. Y'all, we gotta do better. We gotta do better.
Hey man, you gotta be better. You ain't have to go there. You ain't have to do that to her grams like that. Why you go there?
Oh yeah, man. This is another thing. Like when people try to use spirituality to try to act like it's some type of a defense mechanism, that really be pissing me off. Like this is not no your ancestors and spiritual ancestor veneration doesn't. I hate when people do that. Oh, I'm gonna get my ancestors on you. Shut your ass up. Don't know. You know I don't. You know, firstly, I don't. I don't subscribe to that shit. I know it's. I know it's not practical and pragmatic. And even if it was, it's that we talking about. I don't even talk about this shit. This shit's crazy. But yeah, appreciate the heartbeat. Appreciate the heartbeat. So yeah. This is the Don Dada page. This is when I made. This is when I made the retirement speech. I say, look, bro, don't nobody care about that shit. You got people who have money, time, hour on their shit. All right, y'all, it's time for me to start begging for y'all for some money, some gifts. Fuck that shit, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna do some videos on that dude. Hopefully, I'll find a clip where he doing all that begging shit, and I'll show y'all grade A grifts. But yeah. Like she acting like she really thought that shit did. She's talking about, hold on, let me mute the mic while I talking my native tongue. I wish you would have left that out.
Yo, it's hilarious, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. That shit was funny as shit, bro. I was dying, bro. I had to stay on mute. I was literally, she said, hold on, let me 5 seconds while I speak my native language. I say, yo, what? No way.
Seconds shit to say.
Fried, bro. If Ghost was real, it'd be like 5 YT people left alive on this planet. If Ghost is out here able to do stuff like y'all, the weirdest. Who even brings this shit up like that? This I'm trying to tell you, all the things I was saying earlier, bro. It's all wrapped in one big ball of crazy.
Yeah. Pseudo amalgamation. That's what they is. Pseudo jambalaya. All kind of shit, man. I hate I had to take it there. I was actually doing so good. I was doing crazy good. That's how I got to start doing it, but with a less like sarcasm. It had a little bit of sarcasm I feel. I was like, yes, goddess. I was on there tripping, but yeah, that was crazy because I stayed on there like the whole time. Last time I got removed pretty quick. Cujo didn't make it long. I know Red didn't make it long. But she just be, soon as you come over there, she gonna call you a bitch and some more shit. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know how you stayed up there, bro.
I'm crazy. I'm cold with it, brother.
I came there, and I was, getting ready to like load my laptop up and whatnot. And she said, "Oh, I ain't showing nothing on the screen, because they gonna, mess up my live." I'm like, "How does that mess up your live?" Like, I said, "Bro, like that's all we do is show evidence." But it's like they didn't really care about that.
No, yeah, it was wild when it did. Y'all seen this shit? That shit was crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell. What's going on with us? I think it has a little bit to do with what she doing, what she was doing right there, and drinking and smoking. I'm not saying you can't drink and smoke. Everybody do what they do. I just recently stopped smoking like this year, y'all. So, but yeah, doing that late at night, insomnia, YouTube, you're gonna go through that neuroplasticity. You're gonna drive yourself through psychosis, not even know it. Next thing you know, you need 5 seconds to speak in tongue. Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm sorry I had to get off. I had to also practice my patience, and I did good. I'm proud of me.
They said at least 15 minutes in solitude a day can kind of get you out of it, like away from all this shit, but you can't actively search it out afterwards either. You know what I'm saying? Like 15 minutes a day, you get off the internet, don't talk to nobody, don't look at no TV, nothing. Apparently that helps like reset the brain in a way.
Oh yeah.
But you can't fix crazy though, bro. Like crazy, like real crazy is just, you know what I mean? That's like sometimes that can be due to like chemical imbalances and shit in the brain. So certain things need to be medicated. Certain things, some people are just gullible and they can kind of get self-corrected. We see it all the time. I ain't gonna say all the time, but we see people who can get talked out of this shit, like when presented.
The Keo girl, she could get talked out of it. The indigenous dude, he gone. The 3J dude, he gone. The host, she gone. And the only reason why I say the girl is because, like, and this is why I kind of like had the approach I have, because I was sounding so good to her ass when she talking about you just yapping. I say my yapping sound way better than yours. I was sounding so good to her that she wanted to try, to do just as good, and that's kind of how I kind of got hip too. But she was like, she actually started looking up shit. I can tell. I'm like, oh, you looking up shit now. You trying to cherry pick what you read and what you don't read though. So just by researching, that's why I said the same thing about. Damn, I forgot where that one girl at actually. She like the girl version of America Blood. Damn, where her ass go? The little monk.
Cha Cha.
Cha Cha. How you know who I was talking about?
Because she sounds like this every time she wants to speak to somebody. Like,
All right, well yeah, check it out. So, and I'll let you slide with that one because you didn't know, but she actually sound like that because she had I think like a stroke or something, cancer maybe, something like that. She had to have surgery, whatever. But all that situation, real life situation, took her down to where she was like, nah, I need to, you know what I'm saying, look into this shit. And that's why I was telling motherfuckers, they was like, hell no. Nah. I said, man, Cha Cha she got a little light too. They was like, Cha Cha, hell no. Nah. I said, bro, trust me, she know how to read. If you know how to read and you know how to process information, especially you go through some serious shit like that, where it's like, okay, I'm either just gonna depend on my doctor for, you know, my mortality, or I'm gonna try to be proactive and look into it and see what I can do. You're gonna have to start reading and comprehending. And I ain't seen her on this internet in a long time.
yeah, I think with her, it's not in the sense of her not knowing how to read. It's the fact that her mind is so fixated on conspiracy theories. You know, like you have people that can read, but their mind is so programmed to being like, all right, everything is a lie, so I have to go against the status quo. So let me go with whatever's the complete opposite. It's like, you know, once the pendulum swings in their brain, they operate in that realm. So that's what I get from her.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And I'm able to separate the two, right? Like I know, like when it comes to like biology and the experts, these aren't the people this like the same people that's like practicing like geopolitics. We even talked about it. We talked about it before. The reason why we know about mitochondria, mtDNA, tracing back to Africa. This is like a lot of people, the pseudos, they attribute this shit to Darwin. Darwin proposed the idea, but of course he didn't prove it. This was proved by geneticists. So the people who proved it was Rebecca Can. The one who coined out of Africa theory was Alan Wilson. Rebecca Can was his I don't know what you call it, but she kind of like studied under him. When she found this out, human life evolved in Africa. She, of course, a person of European descent, but received a whole bunch of hate mail, received unaliving threats, you know, to the point where she ended up just regressing her science and she only deal with birds now. She don't deal with humans because, you know, this was contrary to the creation story that people believed in. So, yeah, she had no reason to want to try to receive unaliving threats. So they don't know how to make the distinction between, I don't even want to say any, like a big pharma propaganda and like an expert in genetics or something like that. So yeah, we understand like the Tuskegee experiments. That's a real thing. That's like, okay, we gonna distrust them. The syphilis experiments, the sterilizations, the water, everything. Like we understand like systemic issues is real, But it got to get to a point like you want to receive information and want to subscribe to evidence. I mean, you could probably do it with all black biologists, all black archaeologists, anthropologists, but at the end of the day, it's still gonna be the same type of science. So yeah, I don't know how they do it. But psychosis, man, I wanted to tell the host, I said, man, yeah, psychosis is real. And them substances, everybody brain can't handle them substances, man.
Shit, not at all.
I did want
Again, the substance. I believe issues like that were there before the substances kicked in. You know what I'm saying? Like the substances just make it sound. They just give them the confidence to talk about the shit and be all open and you know what I mean? Like that's what the substances do. People drinking and shit. Like when they get online, it just give them that false confidence to be able to think they can talk and to be able to tell the truth. I can just say whatever. I can get it out. This that. Like I've seen that before. Like it's weird, but.
Bro, I know one thing. That's the reason why I was trying to even be patient because I had to remember the task at hand. I'm gonna let them sound impatient. I'm gonna let them sound like they have no emotional regulation while I maintain my composure. When I do get to speak, they interrupt me. Go ahead, I'm mute up. Act like I got home training. And then when I do get to speak, just go crazy with that shit. Just you know what I'm saying.
Boy, Don, you got out of there. I said, poor little Don. I said, my man, I hope you make it out.
Hey, when I'm in them situations, I'm so damn stubborn. I'm like, man, you gonna drop me or block me and shut down this live before I leave on my own volition. I'm just stubborn like that. So, man, we gonna
That
go to
dude
the end.
indigenous, that Negro is out of his mind. He's
That
worse
was
than a
that was the worst
lesbian
one,
girl.
huh? That was the worst one up on there to you. I know
That
Mello.
Negro is nuts.
Man, they don't even understand the 14th Amendment. That shit was like, bro, then you read it out to him. It's still not clicking. You see how he still ran and he didn't want to answer
Due
anything on what
process.
I
You don't
said
want no
about
due
it.
process, yo.
Yeah, it's so weird. I'm like, you're going to be in chains tomorrow. As soon as that shit ripped off, you tripping. They're
I
going to
knew
put
he
the
was a
dumbest.
pseudo. When he talking about America's a corporation and the world court, I say, oh, he on that ICC shit. Yeah, no authority. America does not recognize that shit. Please,
The
I
World
said,
Court doesn't even acknowledge that. They don't.
I'm trying to tell him, man. These people fucking. I just wish we could have showed sources up on there. Let me show some sources. As soon as what was she wanted to show? What was the first thing she said? I looked up. She's like, take that off the screen. I was like, oh yeah, because I'm going crazy
Yeah.
looking for sources.
But she
Hey,
denied
when
sources
being
coming
a
up.
president,
Come on. How can a source
when
get
being
your
a
live
president,
taken down?
nah, somebody was
I
showing
don't
something,
understand
some
that.
wild stuff. That's why somebody was showing some crazy stuff, most likely. But when can a
So,
president? When did all presidents become historians? Why because you a president make you an historian? Like you knew the truth, like you did. When did becoming a president make you an archaeologist or anthropologist? That's how they was acting when they was talking about the president of Colombia, talking about his speech. That shit been
yeah.
debunked forever ago. I'm sorry.
Dude
They got
talking
some
about the
flipping ass
president of
shit.
Colombia. Yeah, they be bringing up like little news clips that they don't really know the full context of. It's crazy, man. It's crazy the anti-intellectualism in the culture in the community, man. I be wanting to read it. They won't let me. They would not let me. I wanted to do something about that. Was it that video? It's just so much misinformation out here. I gotta. I'm really gonna stop dealing with the small fries. And I'm just gonna like the people that I named earlier. That one dude that I showed y'all. I think his name is Gator something. What was it I wanted to talk about earlier? It wasn't the video that the dude just got on there yapping, talking about Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, all these people was fake. Oh, it was the dude who was talking about segregation and how talking about Martin Luther King. So I did pull up some information on that. Let's just go over it real quick because sometimes I be talking too much shit and I don't really be educating. I like to try to bring some type of new substance so that we can share it. So this was pretty much on was integration enforced. So of course it didn't happen voluntarily. We know the Brown versus Board Education 1954, where the Supreme Court ordered school desegregation. A lot of states resisted. Little Rock 9, this is in 1957, 3 years later, Eisenhower, he had sent the 101st Airborne to 4th Central High to admit black students after a Governor Fabus had blocked them. We got the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, where federal law bans segregation in public accommodations and employment, enforced by DOJ, lawsuits, FBI, federal marshals, and the loss of federal funding. We had Green versus County School Board, 1968. I don't know if this is an acronym. It's saying SCOTUS, SCOTUS or Scott USA, something like that. Rule freedom of choice plans weren't enough. Schools had to actively desegregate. Court-ordered busing followed after that. So could black people have, so this was the part talking about when black people have to open. Oh, this was the post I remember now. The dude had quoted a Farrakhan speech verbatim. And Farrakhan was talking about Martin Luther King and like why we don't open up our own stuff. So yeah, because I actually had that thought before. I never publicized it, thankfully, because that would be talking shit about one of the leaders, right? I try not to mention like the main revered ones like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and them, right? But so we all know about Black Wall Street, Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Jackson Ward in Richmond, Auburn Avenue in Atlanta, Ferris Street in Jackson, Haiti and Durham, thriving black-owned banks, hotels, theaters, insurance companies, newspaper, also funeral homes. So it was a necessity at this time when segregation meant that white business obviously refused black customers. So black barbers, doctors, dentists, grocers, juke joints, y'all remember centers, taxi services end up filling the gap. So by 1900s, black-owned businesses numbered in the tens of thousands. By the 1900s, tens of thousands black-owned businesses. But we had interference. Like the legal barriers, the zoning laws, which was there to keep black businesses out of white areas. You had licensing board denied permits where white banks refused loans. So black-owned banks like St. Luke Penny Savings Bank was created. Shout out to St. Luke Penny Savings Bank. You also had Sundown Town where ordinances had black-owned businesses couldn't operate after dark or at all. You had economic coercion and boycotts where white suppliers refused to sell inventory to black stores or charge them higher for their prices. You had white tea customers organized. This is the part I like right here. White tea customers organized boycotts if a black business served white tea clients or competed too well. Boycott it. Oh, don't you love how the white tea man can get on code? Violence and terror and terrorism. So of course, the Tulsa Race Massacre in 1921, where listen to this details. White tea mobs burned 35 blocks of BLK owned Greenwood unaliving up to 300, destroying over 1,200 plus businesses. You also had Rosewood, Florida, 1923, entire black town, a business district, burned to the ground. Bombings in the black-owned hotels. Again, arson of those stores. Unalivings of businessmen like Anthony Crawford in 1916 for being too prosperous. Y'all familiar with Anthony Crawford, or y'all want to do a little dive on him? Let's pay homie a little respect real quick. Let me do a little dive on Anthony. Let's see if he. Okay, he got a Wikipedia page. So we got him in 1865 to 1916, and this dude looked like my granddaddy. Here we go. This is 6 years. 6 years before. I'm not going to do too much. We just going to do this. We're just going to do two. And I'm going to let the computer play it. Nah, I'm going to read it actually. Sorry, I'm trying to be lazy. So Crawford was born early in the Reconstruction era. What a time to be alive. 1865, after American Civil War, Crawford's father became the owner of a modest acreage of cotton fields on Little River, about 7 miles west of Abbeville, which he worked with his son. Anthony was an ambitious and literate child who routinely walked 7 miles to school in Abbeville. Crawford inherited the land of his father's after his father unalive him, which he increased by substantial land purchases in 1883, 1888, 1899, 1903. He's a hustler. He's getting it out the mud. In the mid or late 1890s, Crawford was the co-founder of an industrial union of Abbeville County, which was devoted to the material, moral, and intellectual advance of. Oh man, I gotta do some research on this. This don't got a page, so we gotta do our own little research on the industrial union of Abbeville County. He was the father of 12 sons and 4 daughters. Okay, shout out to the Crawfords. In 1916, his land holdings had expanded to 427 acres. As much as 600, according to some sources. Many of his children had settled on plots adjoining that of their father, with a net worth of approximately $20,000 to $25,000 in 1916. Crawford was without doubt one of the richest men in Abbeville County. I do want to get to this part. Let me just do this one. No, I'm gonna do the whole thing. See if I can play it though.
And a load of seed into Abbeville and had a disagreement over the price of cotton seed with W.D. Barksdale, a white store owner. After Crawford left the store, one of Barksdale's employees followed him outside and hit him on the head with an axe handle. Crawford called for help, which drew the attention of Sheriff R.M. Burtz. The officer arrested Crawford as a mob of angry whites was already beginning to accumulate. Crawford was held at the jail briefly, and released later that day on $15 bail. While Crawford was arranging bail, Barksdale was organizing a mob with McKinney to whip Crawford and cure him, if possible. Sheriff Burtz allowed Crawford to exit from a side door, but the mob saw him anyway and pursued him into a cotton mill nearby, where Crawford took shelter in the boiler room. McKinney entered the boiler room after Crawford, and Crawford, grabbing a hammer from some nearby tools, knocked the man unconscious. Although the mill workers attempted to stop it, Crawford was stabbed and severely beaten by the mob. Sheriff R.M. Burtz appeared and arrested Crawford once more, much to the chagrin of the mob of whites. The sheriff could only get Crawford away from the mob by promising to the brothers of Ken that he would not try to sneak Crawford out of town before the full extent of McKinney's injuries was known. As it happened, Ken was not badly hurt, although Crawford was. He was treated by physician C.C. Gamble, who also happened to be the mayor of Abbeville. Gamble announced that Crawford would likely die from his wounds. Considering that Crawford might die before the mob could get to him, and concerned that the sheriff might spirit him out of town at 3 p.m., around 200 white men besieged the jail, captured and disarmed Sheriff Burtz, and abducted Crawford. Crawford was dragged down 3 flights of stairs amongst a cheering, bloodthirsty mob, where they proceeded to beat him with rocks, wagon boards, jump, and spit on him. The mob then dragged him through the black section of town with a rope around his neck as a warning. The mob then stole a lumber wagon from a black driver and used it to take Crawford to a fairground nearby. Crawford, likely dead by that point, was still hanged from trees, and armed whites riddled his body with...
Shit is pissing me off. Shit is pissing me off. What year was this? 1916? 110 years ago? Yeah. Anthony Crawford. Anthony Crawford. Go ahead, Miller.
Nah, man, these people legit, like, sick people, bro.
It kind of reminded me of Rosewood. Rosewood, the sheriff was like trying to get the dude, like, man, get out of town. Like, get out of town. And they was an angry mob. And I wonder, they didn't mention it in here. And I meant to, now that I'm thinking about it and thinking about the movie, alcoholism played a big role in at least in the Rosewood movie. But that, I ain't gonna lie, that was sounding like that the movie almost verbatim. Just a lot worse, a lot more brutal. Like, he got some licks in. He says, stabbed severely, beaten by the mob. This was in where's Abbeville? This was in where it's in South Carolina. Sorry, it's happened in South Carolina. Yeah, y'all can look up the lynching of Anthony Crawford. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do this a little bit more often because I really don't be having a lot of antagonists entertain me no more. They know what it is. So probably get to more some history. But yeah, reasons like this. This is the reasons why people do not want to be black. Being
Yeah,
too prosperous.
it's a book, man, and I can't remember what it was, and it starts. It goes into detailing about a whole lot of the lynchings, and I tell you that shit used to like, bro. I used to be like so like I don't
Oh,
even
I
know,
know that book.
angry. You know what I'm talking about? And like some of the
They
reasons,
got a lot of like newspaper clippings of it, right?
yeah. And a lot of the reasons was for like bullshit. It was like basically nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like notice how, and then because it was like after slavery, that's when all the lynchings occurred after people was free, supposedly free. You know what I'm saying? So like this, bro, the shit don't
Like
add up to me. It's just like they get personal enjoyment off of it. It's like how couldn't you understand one which the people like you purposely ignorance had to purposely exist there because one you ignoring that one of these people everybody was enslaved and shit and coming out of the hardest times and you watch these people work and build up their communities and for whatever reason because you ain't had nothing to do with it I guess or you still poor and white because your decisions what I'm saying your choices you like, yeah, let's burn down their whole towns. Let's flood their towns. Let's just, let's put a highway right through their neighborhoods. Let's just do this, that. Like a lot of this shit just, I don't know, man. It just make me sick, bro. I can never trust them, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, on deals, on anything, you just can't trust them.
yeah, this shit is sad. I'm gonna have to. I want to finish this story, y'all. I'm gonna finish this on my own time, but man, yeah, that's a shitty story right there. Up in the world, pretty much over. I kind of when I played it, I didn't get to play this part, but it says the date was October 24th, 1916. Crawford was taking 2 loads of cotton and a load of seed into Abbeville and had a disagreement over the price of cottonseed with Barksdale, a white tea store owner. After he had left the store, one of his employees followed him outside, hit him with an axe handle. Then after he went to the mill and got stabbed, the sheriff arrested him. How the hell you arrested me? I done got stabbed. But yeah, that's crazy. Crazy story right there.
You literally have no rights in their eyes. You can't defend yourself as illegal to pick up any arms against white TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm just showing this to kind of like give context to a video that I saw where they was blaming Martin Luther King. Like, bro, this was going on. I know we familiar with Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Greenwood, but bro, Jackson Ward, Richmond, Auburn Avenue in Atlanta, Fair Street in Jackson, Haiti and Durham, thriving. They said over 12,000 businesses in Greenwood. Said over tens of thousands of businesses. So this is the reason, like segregation wasn't like we want the option to go in and shop with the white team man. No, them niggas was hating. Them was jealous. Right here it says he was too prosperous. KKK night rides to intimidate black entrepreneurs. Segregation laws limited consumer base, where black businesses usually could only serve black customers. If they tried to serve white tees, they risked violence. Hold on. So, you set me up. If they got too big, they were seen as uppity and targeted. So the nuances, Jim Crow didn't make black businesses illegal, but it was created a separate under-resourced economy, and white tees often use laws, economics, and violence to interfere with black businesses, threaten white economic social dominance. Let me see what I got after this. Oh yeah, pretty much the same thing I was talking about. Like with the desegregation, like you would think Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about this because it wasn't like a moral factor. It was actually domestic pressure. So when we talk about civil rights movement and the moral argument, black veterans returning back from World War II and Korea, NAACP legal strategy, churches, activists framed segregation as un-American and un-Christian. Images of the fire hose dogs and children integrated in schools created domestic moral outrage. Right, so this is the moral perspective. Constitutional argument, Brown v. Board, 1954, said separate but equal, violated the 14th Amendment, what our buddy indigenous wanted to have thrown out. The legal moral claim was equal protection. Religious groups, many white T and black churches, or I should say black and white T churches, argued segregation was sinful and gave the movement mainstream legitimacy. So it's kind of why I be talking about with the anti-whiteness. I think the soft powers really kind of got to be perpetuated. If we care about how America views shit, it just can't be like a full-blown nigga takeover. You got to have some friendlies to infiltrate the mindset. Some people, and it is some out there. I just don't know them by heart. So these wasn't secret conspiracies, but were less emphasized publicly. This is it. This is what I wanted to read, y'all. The declassified State Department of DOJ documents showed they mattered to D.C. So you had what the Cold War propaganda, USSR or Russia pretty much used Jim Crow lynching, segregating schools, the Emmett Till photos, and propaganda across Africa, Asia, and in Latin America to argue that American democracy is hypocritical. So the U.S. State Department and Justice Department cited this directly in Brown. In the Brown v. Board, the DOJ's amicus brief said, check this out, racial discrimination furnishes grist for the communist propaganda mills. So pretty much like the motivation, right? Or ammunition. We're talking about grist, right? They're giving them ammunition for their own propaganda. That's what they was talking about in the U.S. Department. So they was pretty much saying like, hey, y'all, we got to kind of slow down all of this bullshit. They showing what we did to Emmett Till. They showing the lynchings. They showing how our schools are segregated, and it's contradicting our moral high ground. Secretary of State Dean Atkinson, he wrote that segregation jeopardizes the effective maintenance of our moral leadership, end quote. Right. So ending segregation was tied to winning allies during decolonization. He also had economic and military efficiency, where defense industry needed black labor during World War II in Korea. Segregated plants and schools were inefficient. So the corporation expanded into national markets, didn't want patchwork laws. Chains, hotels, restaurants wanted uniform rules for interstate customers. Military, check this part out. Truman desegregated armed forces in 1948, partly because segregated units hurts cohesion during war, you dumb fucks. I don't understand how they're so fucking ignorant. So court legitimacy and federal power after World War II, the Supreme Court was asserting federal authority over states. Letting states openly defy the 14th Amendment weakened the court. Northern politicians needed black votes. After the Great Migration, it made the black voters a swing bloc. We talk about black power in voting now. Illinois, New York, Pennsylvania, I believe this is Ohio. Northern politicians needed black votes. International economic image. African diplomats in D.C. couldn't rent hotels, eat at restaurants. This caused diplomatic incidents. Ghana's finance minister was refused service on his way to the IMF in 1957. State Department flagged this as damaging to trade and alliances. Let's pay attention to this part right here, because they're talking about Ghana's finance minister. Ghana. What does he say? So now we're talking about a continental African. He's black. I wanted to make a backdrop, and I'm gonna land it right here. I wanted to make a backdrop of like a pretendian, a nigga in the fez, a nigga with a pharaoh headdress, a nigga in like a purple and gold robe, and like have them all against the wall like that scene on the wood, and have a police officer, a judge, and a politician like pretty much looking at them in guilt, right? All of these identities that y'all trying to appropriate and attach to, you're black. You're black, and you're seen as such by the person who colonized you, by the person who oppresses not only you and your ethnicity, but the whole diaspora. And you want to beef with the diaspora instead of the person who's suppressing you as a collective. That's ass backwards. Like, they don't do that in tribalism nowhere. This is a special fucking shit we got going on. Like, I'm gonna let it with this. We got that. I told my partner this analogy. I said, you know how you go to the county and niggas in hoods, they be fighting on each other in the county from the same city, fighting on each other in the county. But they go to state jail, which is prison, right? When everybody in the state together, the whole city link up. That's the whole city versus a different city. But check this out. You go to the feds. Right? You represent your whole state in the feds. Because in the feds, it's not like just everybody from the same state go to that prison. So now everybody Pennsylvania, no matter what, if you was beating with Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, now you ain't Philadelphia no more. You Pennsylvania. And like I said it before, I forget the word of it. Fuck, man, I forget that word. But it's kind of like what's that shit where they had an egg inside the egg? Whatever the word was for that. That's what we doing with this tribalism shit. Don't nobody care about your warnings, TikTok. Whatever is like that, you know what I'm saying? And we ain't focusing on the main target. We got so much in-group beef. It's like we ain't even zoomed out to realize what's really going on. But let me share the mic. Smack, appreciate you for coming up here, brother. Tap into this conversation with me. I'm gonna mute up real quick.
Hello?
What's good, Mello?
Yo. Oh, I ain't saying I got somebody else up here. I'm gonna get to you real quick.
You want to say some good
Close, right?
information? Some real shit. That's part of some of that codified law, too. Like relates to the colonies and stuff. From the stuff you talked about in the 40s. Because that would be crazy. Because it is narratives of like military men, you know, going out here on the front lines with the Europeans and shit, and then going back, you know, to their coffers, and then getting into it. They're doing 2 fights. That's too much stress. That's crazy as shit. That's why they had to desegregate the military. That's one of the reasons. Like that shit, like uplifted morale at least because they out there fighting. They don't know if they're gonna come back. But you're right though, man. That's some good information though.
Yeah, I thought I was on mute. Yeah, say I'm gonna start bringing back more information because I kind of lost myself just trying to really just tackle the misinformation. I used to do a little bit of both, and I kind of got off of it. Show like my recent studies. So yeah, did you see the part about what was it, Anthony Crawford? Did you get to see that?
Yeah. I heard the little bit, that last little 5 or 10 minutes I've been up here. Some good info too. But I know about
the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let me see this part. I want to read some more. It says, while that on bail in the waiting trial, an article purportedly written by members of the lynch mob themselves was published in a Abbeville cemetery. So this would be like the newspaper in South Carolina. We are all responsible for the conditions that caused Crawford's unaliving. Those involved might have gone too far, but they are a white T man, and Crawford was black. The black must submit to the white T. Oh, y'all got to see this shit. Y'all think I'm making this shit up. The black must submit to the white T, or the white T will destroy. This is the mindset, you know, barely a century ago. There were several hundred who participated. God damn! All because I said y'all trying to tax me, or y'all ain't trying to pay me enough. Hundreds who participated, and nearly all the well-wishers, thereby to pick out a few to satisfy a newly imported market sentiment is pitiful and cowardly. Men of Abbeville, the eyes of all white T men are upon you. Acquit yourself as white T man. The conditions made by us all make us all responsible. So let's not ask only 8 to shoulder the burden. Answer a market sentiment generated by hypocrisy and craving fear with the ringing verdict, not guilty. Not guilty. Yeah, so my bad, guess. I was trying to let you speak. I don't know where you went, but yeah, this shit is it's a damn fool, man. It's a damn fool. They say the dude, the publisher of the Scimitar, A dude named William P. Bullmore's beard was a YT supremacist. Yeah, man. It just don't make sense. Like even what I was talking about with the initial post that made me make this, with Farrakhan pretty much just salting down Martin Luther King. And I'm still gonna make that. I'm still gonna make that group. I don't know, bro. They telling me WhatsApp. Somebody told me Discord. Somebody told me Telegram. It's another one I'm forgetting. So I don't know which one is gonna be optimal to do that. But yeah, man, we can't be too cool for school when it comes to this shit. Like, I remember I had made a prompt for like being on code, and it had like 50 different like rules or whatever you want to call them. 50 different like bullet points, I should say. And man, I was reading them off one day. I didn't even get to number 4. Niggas was already bucking the system. I was like, damn, I'm only on 4. I got 50 of these hoes. It's kind of disheartening. So I don't know. I don't know, man. Okay, baby. Yeah, I don't know. All right, Echo, appreciate you, family. Echo, you always be on code. I'll say that. Echo, you always on code. You always support. I see you everywhere supporting everybody. That's love. I don't think it's too hard, bro. I don't mean like, I be sensing like it's some like, I don't know, like in-group contention or whatever. Look, I actually, Mello, if you still here, I'm gonna actually holler at you about it. Like the approach that I kind of want to have with the shit, as far as when it comes to like leadership, because I think that's gonna be an issue. I don't think we like that word. It kind of like when niggas hear leadership, it's like when women hear submission. You know, it's like, hold on, what the fuck? I want to see if I can find those codes I had. But yeah, leadership is not submission. It's not synonymous with submission. And then when I'm talking about leadership, it's not just even saying like one person, one man, one woman. Leadership should be a council. If we talking about we are a communal people, and not individuals, not individualist, right? It should be a communal thing. It should be something, man. It should be something voted upon. How about that? That's fair, right? Because who got the level head? Who got the just those factors that we look for in leaders. I ain't gonna find this code shit. That shit was so long ago. I'm mad about it, but STA, what does that mean? Josiah. So yeah, I didn't crash out in that live. I did that on purpose to do exactly what I did. You see how that humbleness is like, say, man, listen. I try to play sane on here. I try my best, but y'all, Shawty was acting up. Shawty was acting up like she ain't. People. I be saying it's people that ain't never got struck across their face, and you can tell by how they act. It's like you must have never have to go get a switch. You must ain't never had no stitching cord, no leather, no, you know what I'm saying, no squabble in real time, because they don't think shit is real. And I'm not like talking about this internet shit. I'm talking like in your real life. Like you must ain't had no type of experiences with life. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna find this the code. But it was just like basic shit, y'all. It wasn't nothing like the damn codes of Hammurabi. It was just like basic shit, just discipline ourselves, just to be on code. What is on code? I'll tell you, one of them was to support black businesses. Easy, simple. You see what the white people did with coming to Tulsa, Greenwood? They came together and boycotted black businesses. They said if it was competing, if they was doing too much, doing too good, they boycott your ass. They won't even let no white T people, a white T person, you serve a white T person, they own your ass. They ain't on the white T person ass, they own your ass. I don't know what's so hard with that. We want to complain. It's even when it comes to that. No, the customer service was ass. When is we gonna unite? Where is the camaraderie? And like I say, not for nothing, because race is a social construct. Right? What does that mean? It is social. It exists socially. It exists in, another root word of social, in society. It exists in the society that we live in. So in that sense, it is real. We know it's not no biological truth. We know that the Europeans invented it. The Europeans invented it. So they are the ones subscribing to this shit. They are the majority in our society. Or they was. They're actually a minority. Not just when it comes to Black Americans, but when it comes to what they refer to as people of color. So I don't know, man. I don't know what it's gonna take. Seems like, not only hold y'all, seems like some of the scientific racism that they use in the 1800s, not gonna lie, some of that shit be seeming like it's valid when they talk about niggas is meant to be subjugated. And it's like, because it's only a minority of us that really be wanting to buck the system. They really see the flaw in this shit. It's obviously overt. It's not like it's shit is hidden. Little baby passing, it's like what happening now. I think they intentionally desensitizing us. Time and time again. Oh, we gonna give them a 30 piece. We gonna give them a 30 piece. We gonna unalive them in the street. We gonna show y'all over and over again. Oh, how about this? Let's see if we can take a baby out. Let's see if we can do a 1-year-old baby. Oh yeah, they ain't tripping no more. What's the dude name? The king. Can we all get along? That was just the tip of the iceberg. I don't know. I can't think of a better name right now. And then I had mentioned him earlier. And I'm not even finna be no hoe. I'm finna go ahead and drag my jewels right quick. Hold on, y'all. Because I missed my words because I was on somebody else's live, but I'm finna go ahead and drag my shit. Because his name should be mentioned every day. He should have a fucking black holiday. Hold on, I'm gonna pull him up. And I'm gonna show his face too. Cause what the fuck is we on for real? And I'm not even no crash out, but it's like a message to the crash outs. Like we got hella crash outs. Like I can't remember all of them, but I remember one pseudo that wanted to have smoke with me in real time. Poppy Creole, you are ignorant. Go waste your life. Go waste your life doing something right. Like go out with a bang. So that way, if you want to be revered for something, we can revere you for something besides being a pretendian. Roman, hold on, man. I think this is his name though, but I just remember his middle name. No, let me see. No, this ain't him. Hold on, y'all. I got you. Hold on. Oh man. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Alexis, you a troll. I know a troll when I count when I see it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, bro.
All right, let me put this nigga up. Hey, y'all, hold on. Is this his name? Okay, so Micah Xavier Johnson. But hold on, y'all. Because I just seen something that I ain't never seen. Okay, yeah, this is him. I was going to say. Yeah, so Michael Xavier Johnson on July 7th, 2016, 25-year-old. I knew that middle name was right. So the other name I was talking about, the Roman name, it was Roman Xavier Pena. So I don't know how the hell they got that close. But yeah, Micah Xavier Johnson on July 7th, 2016, 25-year-old Micah, M-I-C-A-H, Xavier Johnson ambushed police officers in downtown Dallas, unaliving 5 officers. The attack took place at the end of a protest with the target with the shooter targeting officers from a multi-level parking garage. And hold on, I thought I'm doing this shit wrong. But like, come on, bro. Brother man right there. Let me go to his Wikipedia. Brother man right there. And like, I don't think he got no shirts. He don't got no holiday. Born in Mississippi. Okay, so Mississippi, y'all get that clout. I was claiming him out the city. Born in McGee. Okay, I can still claim him, y'all. He a Cancer, y'all. Even though I don't do that. I don't do no pseudo shit, but that's when I claim it. Oh, he was raised in Mesquite. It's actually a hood. This hood borders my hood. It's kind of like a suburb, but it borders my hood. He was 4 years old. Parents divorced. I'm just saying, like, I gotta look into it. I gotta look into his ideology for real though. But this was the protest, yo. So we know what it was about. Ultimately. So yeah, I just gotta look into his backdrop. I don't want to be like condemn him if he ever had like any flaws on his background. Like if he was a Moor or whatever. I don't know the case. I'm just saying hypothetically, whatever the case may be. But like if you're gonna crash out for somebody. Crash out for the people. Kevin, you're a real person, ain't you? I'm trying to make sure you ain't no troll. I'll be having a lot of trolls trying to come to my account and spam N-word hard R. Go ahead and accept the invitation if you're going to come up. You loaded in the queue. Just saying, y'all. So, yeah, they had to put the robot on him. They had a C4 attached to him. There you go, Kevin. Appreciate you coming up. I just want to make sure you're a real person. Kevin Snare, you there? I don't want to have to block you, man, if you're a real person. Hold on. It's making me do a puzzle. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and block you, family. Appreciate you coming up. Try again on the backup page. I don't know what the hell that's about. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I talked about this on the live yesterday. About when you colonized. I know we look at Creole like a language, but I like to say Creolized like an amalgamation of cultures, right? Because Creole is essentially African, French, and Native American. So that's kind of what happens. That's kind of a natural thing that happens within the ethnogenesis, especially if you're in proximity to other people, other cultures. FBA always talks about gatekeeping a culture. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as gatekeeping culture. Like, what do you think? What do you think your culture? Like, how do you think it originates? You think you just spawn a culture? Like, say specifically an African American who's forcibly trafficked from their land of nativity around Europeans, around white people, multiple types of Europeans, right? French, German, Italians in different states. You know, all these Irish, right? We work with the Irish, Arabs. We work with the Arabs, right? When you're around all these people and your proximity to these people, what do you think happens? You come up with Shabazz last names. You start saying your last name is Ali, and this is not in the same case like taking the slaveholder last name, but surnames aside, like. You think we was wearing jeans? You think we was wearing jeans in Africa? You think we was wearing pants? You think we was putting on wedding rings? You think like this is what happens when you're in proximity to people? Culture's gonna automatically mesh together. I forgot what I was gonna say that for because that's a whole other story. But oh yeah, I was on that live and I was talking about how the FBA, how they have adopted in our colonization, how they've adopted what's called the Great Replacement Theory. How they've adopted and self-internalized racism because you're in proximity to the person who colonized you, white people who dislike or have disdain for black people, and you have adopted that ideology subconsciously. Subconsciously, that's what they've done. Or the leader, he may have done it. He may be aware. He may have consciously done it. For some coin, we talking about the William O'Neill earlier. People will sell out their people if they see more benefit on the financial side, and that's what they care about. They ain't got no morals. People is like that. Bullshit ass people is just out here. Don't look at it. Don't ever look at a bullshit ass nigga and be envious because he got some type of thing that you feel like is superseding any position that you got, and you got morals. If morals matter to you, they matter to you. If you have integrity, you have integrity. Sometimes I get on here and I played a lot of times about I wish I could just become a preacher and scam these people, become a grifter and scam the credulous because that's what they want. I just can't do it. It's not in me. I wasn't raised like that. I'm a product of how I was raised, and I just wasn't around no narcissist like that. So I can't ever be a grifter, but that's what happened to these FBA, and they don't understand it. And even this, the domino effect of it, right, is they are causing other people to turn into coon too. This is the thing. If you could be turned into a coon, you was already an underlying coon, right? You don't go into penitentiary and just start humping on boys. You already was low key sus. You just needed the avenue to do what you really wanted to do. It's the same thing. You just needed to be triggered because unfortunately I got exposed to foundational black Africans. And I didn't know they felt that way about me. But at the same time, I already gave them a name. They're not continental African, they're not general Africans, right? They're a sect of continental Africans who have, and most of them been to America, right, who have fallen for the propaganda perpetuated by the FBA, amplified by the CIA on these social media algorithms. And they fell for the bait and switch, the banana in the tailpipe, the psyop. Your brain ain't as sharp as I thought it was. I ain't gonna lie, this is my second time talking about it. Well, actually, third time talking about it, second time today. That shit really blew me. I was like, damn, it's that good. Where you can finesse an intellectual. I appreciate you hanging out, Smack. When you can finesse an intellectual, it's that bad. That's right. Mello, did you see? I thought I sent that to you that live one night. I know I sent it to Red. I'm gonna have to see who live that was. I was on my debate battle account, and I was on this African live, and I was like, "Boy, y'all up on here sound like Pan Africans." Talking about the American. I ain't gonna lie, they was low key making me feel offended. Like, damn, I don't know shit but English. They said, "Yeah, we know our mother tongue." Well, why you shitting on us? You try to shit on me because some shit that we can't control. Y'all are petty. We are all colonized. We are not united. African Americans ain't a monolith. We not united. Africa for shit show as a whole continent ain't united, let alone within the countries. We black. Y'all done let these motherfuckers do this shit like.
No, it's straight weird, bro, when it comes to the language and shit. Like, you pointed out, too, like, it was great. The Walter Plucker, the Racial Integrity Act, how long it actually lasted, right? And we know for a fact that we got Native Americans right now who lived through worse, have suffered, a lot more extreme conditions and things like that, like such as purposely going to like those we call it schools. I can't remember the name right now. It's gonna be the boarding schools and things like that, right? I'm not saying like going worse. I'm not comparing anything to anything. I'm just talking about as far as comparing it to the pluckerism we see and that they being erased and all that. So like you telling me throughout that 40 years time, right? Y'all were able to retain none of the languages is not mixed up. Y'all don't just throw it around. Y'all don't got no words for the gringos at all. Y'all don't got like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't got no like anything like you can remember to tell us what your indigenous words. What does it mean? Why you got to go on mute to speak your language?
I gotta find Buddy because it was a continental African over there, and he did stand on business. He was like, man, I don't care what a few people say, what the minority say. He's saying pretty much talking like this. But yeah, that shit was crazy, man. I hate when they talk about the Walter Plecker. Everything she was saying. She was like, "You're not listening to what I'm saying." I'm listening exactly to what you're saying. I hate that argument. You're talking about birth certificates. You're talking about federal recognition. I'm talking about actual cultural continuity, right? If it happened for 40 years, say it happened in 40 years, right? So it happened just hypothetically while I was 10 years old. So that means when I was 50 years old, 53 years old to be exact, my grandma still taught me all the culture, all the rituals. I know the language. I'm familiar. I know the tongue. I've heard it. I've been to the powwows. Everything about being native and being, attached to that ethnicity is is still attached to me. To where I still pass it down to my kids. I probably got kids probably working on being a grandparent, maybe depending on how fast you had your kids, all this shit. But like, yeah, I just hate that argument. And then it was just in Virginia. They try to make it and being it was in Oklahoma too. Okay, just say hypothetically, whoop-de-doo. Why are you in two states bringing up something and trying to put it on all people? I just hate that Walter Plecker shit so bad. And whoever brought that to the internet, whether it was Dan Calloway, Top Cats, or whatever pretending, they are trash. Their scholarship is trash. Something that happened in 1930. That's not even 100 years ago. My grandma was born like what? 2 decades after that? Something like that? Come on now. How the hell?
Hey, scholarship is trash, but they propaganda on 100.
Propaganda on. Come on up, 100. Is this a real account? Oh, you dropped real quick. I don't know what y'all think that button gonna do. I told y'all, as soon as y'all push that button, you're gonna appear. That's a bad thing. I might need to take it off. Oh man, I'm supposed to do this shit, y'all. Hold on. I forgot about this. Let me see how good this shit is. Fuck. Let's see how good this shit is, y'all. All right, it's generating. Give me 1 second. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, or 99. Still on 99. All right, 100. Apply. Oh, that's kind of ass. I was trying to make it look like a receipt. It's kind of ass. They got their first AI. What did it say when you're on the timer right now?
What are we debating about?
How you know we debate over here? Oh, you seen it on there.
Yeah.
This debate is about the
Is
people in the
it
background.
about Jesus in any way?
Oh, you want to debate Jesus? I could do that.
No. It's like, are we debating anything about Jesus?
We can.
Oh, so is that a no right now?
Theism. No. Well, theism is up here. That's why the little Zeus-like character is up there at the top right. But this is really mainly about identity appropriation.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Nigger.
Actually, gonna see how long they can go from one time. I'm gonna lie.
Nigger.
Take your time. You don't gotta rush it out.
What?
Take your time. You don't gotta rush it. You can stay up here.
I ain't trying to rush anything. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure, like, it's not Jesus or anything.
How old are you? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, no. Don't answer that one. What state are you in? I just want to know where the racism dwells.
Bro, Oklahoma.
Damn, y'all like that in Oklahoma?
Yeah. It's not that bad up here.
You ain't got no black friends for real?
It's kind of hard though.
You don't got no black kids in your school?
I got like 3, maybe.
3 black kids in your whole school?
Yeah, give or take.
In your whole school?
Yeah.
See,
Maybe like through third or fifth. You know what I mean?
I had
Third,
zero.
second.
No, I'm not lying. I had two in my school. I had two white people in my whole school.
Damn.
And then check this out. Hold on, let me see because I don't want to lie. I want to show y'all how many because I had a big ass school.
Segregation going wild.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what bring your ass here, boy. I'm on done frying. I'm finna convert you. Y'all know I do so good with the pretend. You know I'm the pseudo whisperer. Mello, that's what you came up with?
Hey, bro, I typed in Afro Future, and this what it spit out.
Let me see. Hold on, let's try again. It really does. It's kind of like that beginning version. So let me see. I'm just gonna give it some colors, man. What's that shit called? What's that shit called in the sky where it be like some green lights? What's them lights called? The something lights.
The Northern Lights?
Yeah. There you go. Okay. I'm just gonna give it something simple.
The actual term is called, damn, I haven't said it in a long time. It's an actual word for it, though. It's called something. It's not just the Northern Lights. It's it's a process. It's a natural effect. I forget what it's called. Damn, well, I can't remember. I used to know it. Damn.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking with me right now. I ain't gonna do no good. 3 black kids in the whole school.
Yeah, his racist. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to tell you.
Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis.
There it is. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So I'll tell y'all, the reason why I'm not racist is because before I moved to the hood, I was actually in the white school, but it was only hold on, they didn't let me do it. All right, fuck it. I know I do. I'll do it next time. They didn't let me. Yeah, they not let me regenerate it. Yeah, I was actually in the white school for kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. And I had a white friend. His name was Billy. He was mad white too. He looked like fucking alfalfa. But I remember him being decent. So I just know that like that shit is proximity is learned behavior. Even though I feel like it does have some type of like I won't say race, but like I feel like Europeans do have some type of I don't know, some type of empathy flaw or something. I don't know. It's some type of difference in how they evolved up there in that I forgot what they call it, the Iceman climate, something like that. I don't know.
Well, them too have also suffered under centuries of their own propaganda. That's what we never mentioned. You know what I mean? We never talk about it because they also, at the same time, while they get fed the propaganda, they also don't get fed the details of how it actually operates and the things that's going on around them actually work. They kind of leave that to certain people. You can tell by the rhetoric that we hear why today you still have people that just hop up here and scream the N-word until their face is blue for absolutely no reason. You're not doing anything. You're just being a little fly, a little gnat flying around in the room while you're in your mama's basement, which a lot of emotion actually get there.
Yeah, in Oklahoma, like damn, Oklahoma, yeah, they got a lot of probably got a lot of rural spaces, but yeah, that's the problem. He know what the issue is. Yeah, I actually did do that. We was talking about that, so I just tried to see if it would load up. We got to use this shit to make it get better. I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna say this is the niggas and flies backdrop. The niggas and flies backdrop, y'all. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, as young as he was, he's still aware of the segregation. Um, I think that segregation is another propaganda tool because if y'all come around us, what I just got through saying about culture, proximity, she gonna come up off of it. He gonna start listening to rap, all kind of shit. Your kids ain't gonna be your kids no more. But it works both ways. Let me see what you come up with, Mello. I'm finna go ahead and land it after this. I'm gonna try to start coming back live mode, interacting with other live mode. See what I can do to try to get in the algorithm. I said I was gonna show my face under Pooh Shiesty, but I can't find my Pooh Shiesty. I don't know where the hell it's at. So
it done disappeared from me, bro. I don't know where it went. I thought I tried to post it. Oh.
Yeah, all good. I was just really wondering how it even looked on that side, cause yeah, this is some new shit right here for me. Let me see this.
Yeah, I was trying to put gold chains on the Nats, bro, and it wouldn't let me. I mean, I'm dead.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's see. Ain't nobody live, but A Tether, Atum live, and Black History is live.
Black History was saying he was talking about Negritos and Australians is black.
Yeah, he needs to show me his definition of black. Poppy, I was just talking about you, brother. He pull up. You was just on my brain earlier. What's good, family?
When you gonna get your fucking views up, Don Dada?
Real niggas don't get views on here. Only propaganda do, my nigga.
Nigga, you been doing this shit for about 3 motherfucking years, nigga. 2 years, a year. And you ain't done no motherfucking views, nigga. You got 8 people in this bitch. You making motherfucking prompts every day, and you always going at black people. You ain't do no views. You ain't do no motherfucking, you ain't do nothing, nigga. You always trying to tear down your own black people, and you still ain't doing no views, nigga. You a disgrace. I want to let you know that. I want to let you know that, nigga. You a fucking disgrace, Don Dada. Everything that you do, you go after everybody that do views, anybody that got clout, anybody that's doing their thing, nigga. Nigga, you go to your page, when I go look at the videos that you posted, bro, you got 82 views, nigga. You be mentioning Tariq Nasheed. You be mentioning the most famous people. You got 72 fucking views, dog. You better get your shit together, nigga. Ain't nobody paying attention to your bitch ass, boy.
Let me know
nigga,
when I can
you benefiting your whole content off of what another nigga do, you hear me? Nigga, everything about you is some hoe ass shit, boy.
Just let me know when
you can't even do no views outside of what another nigga doing. Everything about you is some bitch ass shit. Go ahead.
You said that twice. Thank you. Okay. Let me ask you a question, because I know you want to crash and probably drop. I'm not gonna mute you.
No, I'm not gonna drop. I'm not gonna drop. Go ahead.
I know you want to get your row out. Let me ask you a question. This is a real question right here. Especially you'll understand this because of like the type of content that you think you put out. Do you think if we putting out content that's about exposing misinformation and disinformation, do you think that that's going to be amplified in the algorithm or suppressed?
Fuck,
if we say
hell no. No.
But you got followers. I don't know if this one account, but on one account you got like tens of thousands of followers.
I got 30. I didn't have 30. Listen, my first page I had 100,000 followers. I do followers and views for real. Hold on, Don Dada. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hold on, Don Dada. Before what you say, I'm gonna be honest with you. You not no dumb nigga. You smart as a motherfucker. I'm gonna get it to your bitch ass. You smart as a motherfucker. Like some shit that you say, I can't even disagree with. It's some things that I say, you know what? I agree with that bitch ass nigga about. No, you a smart nigga, bro. But what you do is you clout chase off of black people. That's what I disagree with you about, bro. You never go at the white people, bro. There is no white prompts about what these white people do to our communities, dog.
That's fair. And as a white person, you can come at me.
No dumb. You
BK, shut the fuck up. See, but look,
I'm never gonna hate on you. You a smart nigga, bro. You might be you, Roy, OHF, some of y'all niggas, listen, I done had some great debates with y'all, you hear me? I ain't gonna even lie, brother. I had some great debates with y'all. Y'all some smart niggas, bro. I agree with some of the shit that y'all be saying. I don't even disagree with some of the shit y'all be saying. But y'all spend all y'all content debating black people. I don't fuck with that shit, brother.
Can I explain?
Go ahead.
So firstly, I want to show you this. We're gonna look at my page real quick. Tariq Nasheed is up here. C3 is up here. You probably know her. You probably don't know this.
I know everybody, bro.
No, you don't know. You probably don't know this.
All these people follow me. Yo, Don Dada, all these people follow me, bro. You know that, right?
Okay. Well, we'll check it out. Then if all these people follow you, let me just go through about a few of them, right? You probably know her then. You probably know Top Cats and Rod Hayes. You probably don't know her. She just made one video.
That's Oya Lovo.
You know her?
She got her information from me. Yeah, I know her.
Right, bet. Okay, bet. You know him. You probably seen him recently. I don't know if you know these people. I'm just gonna show you.
I don't know him.
Yeah. You probably know her. Of course, we know him.
No, I don't know.
We know her. I'm just gonna show you these people, but just to let you know, just to confirm, like, I'm not cherry picking like with the smoke. Some of these people don't even got a thousand.
Don Dada, bro. You too fucking smart for this bitch ass shit. You always be going at your own people, bro.
Let me land my point.
Right,
and even what you talk about, I put that on blast. Look at this video, 48, 39.
I know. You put me on blast, nigga. I'm on your page too, nigga. You put me up there.
No, I'm putting myself on blast.
I'm on your page too, bro.
I want to show you this one. This shit right here has some whole new shit on it. This shit said undisclosed. I said, what the fuck? So let's just go back to my question that I was asking you. Look at this shit. These are views. These are not likes. Your likes be way more than this. These are views. Go back to my question that I asked you. If you are correcting misinformation, if you're putting the conspiracy on blast, right? Do you think that this shit is? Look at this shit. Do you think that the algorithm, right, which is a private owned platform, do you think they're gonna amplify your shit or suppress your shit to where you got
suppress it, Don Dada, bro? I'm not disagreeing with.
Hold on. Let me say, but your shit,
Don Dada, bro. I'm not disagreeing with what you say, bro. All right, go ahead.
All right. Let me address what you said. Let me address the part that you talked about.
Go ahead, bro.
So what I do is correct misinformation. What do I look like teaching white people? That's what I will be doing. I will be teaching. If I got white people up here, I will be teaching their ass. They need to be deep in psychosis them damn selves, not us. Why? Because that's what I correct. Say the motherfuckers, they be on here talking about the Nordic aliens and shit. I see that shit and I smile and I scroll right the fuck on. But if we talk about it, I'm like, hold on. We don't need to be on this shit. We need to focus on something practical, on pragmatic, so we can actually be productive. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't. We done had all our disagreements. I'm gonna be honest with you. You a smart nigga though, bro. You not no dumb nigga at all. I didn't watch your video. You literally are a smart nigga. You spend too much motherfucking time debating black people, bro.
Shit, bro, this is
like your content is always debunking black people, brother. At the end of the day, you Don Dada, you gotta tell yourself that at some point. All right, am I doing a disservice to black people? Even if they are wrong, Don Dada, am I doing a disservice to the black community because I spent most of my content debunking black people, brother? I'm agree with you. I swear to God, Don Dada, bro. I don't even like your bitch ass sometimes. You a smart nigga though. You a smart nigga. You a smart nigga. And if when it come down to conversation, hold on, man, bro. Because man, shut the fuck up. Because I'm talking to Don Dada, bro. When it comes down to some of the things that Don Dada said, I can say
like you ain't talking about shit. All you just sit up here and sound like an ignorant nigga. Yo, you a smart nigga,
I don't like how you go about it, Don Dada. But
like you're not saying nothing, bro. You attacking other black people.
I'm trying to get him to understand, because I get what he's saying. People have said that before. I'm gonna try to pull up this video real quick so I can show you like I understand what you're saying. But understand me. I can see how the optics look.
Dada,
right? He only addressed niggas.
Dada, you are too smart. You are too fucking smart for this shit to be going at black people, bro. I swear to God, like a lot of the information you give, bro, is actual fact.
Just let the misinformation go.
Bro, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to fucking you, bro.
Just let niggas say pseudo shit. Don't correct them.
He want caught off me.
Let him spread the bullshit. Let him keep setting his back, Don. Don't stop him. Let him keep setting his back.
I'm gonna show him
do it,
this one.
bro.
I'm gonna show him this one. It may
Fuck out of
make
here,
Yo,
him
Don
it may make
Dada,
him come see me.
dumbass nigga.
Don Dada, you want to get your views up and get your likes up, bro? Listen to a nigga
I don't care
like
about that. I
him,
ain't
bro.
gonna lie. I ain't
Don't
gonna
listen
lie.
to this
I don't
bitch
care.
ass nigga like him that's continue to be able to perpetuate all
You
type
the
of
poison in the
problems
community.
to your
You
own
doing it
people,
for the
bro.
likes of you. You doing it for the gram, you bitch. Fuck out of here. You talking about me. Doing it for the fucking gram.
This nigga here, bro.
Dickhead.
I'm gonna try to show you this.
Don Dada, you are fucking too smart for this dumb shit, bro. You better get off this bitch ass nigga shit, bro. Real nigga shit. You are
This shit
too
froze.
ahead and too smart for this shit, bro.
All right, so
Literally.
check this out.
Everything
Check
that
this
you
out.
do is always coming at the black people, bro. Like
Check this
literally,
out.
you are one of the motherfucking leaders in this community. Even if I don't agree with you, I can say I can use Don Dada when it comes down to certain information and intellect and confirmation and history. I would use you as an example. I don't even have to agree with you, brother. You think I agree with you everything, Don Dada, brother? Like we didn't been at it. We didn't been beefing with each other. You still a black man, bro. At the end of the fucking day, Don Dada, you still a fucking black man, brother. You hear me? At the end of the day, you still a black man. I'm not about to spend my time
brothers.
beefing
You
with
got
you
brothers.
and
You
arguing
got brothers,
with
don't
you
you?
when I know that the people that's doing us harm is outside every day. You hear me? That's what I'm trying to tell you, brother.
Listen
I
to
know
this.
what you do, and I
Listen,
know
bro.
what you're trying to get across. At the end of
I
the day,
fully follow
I'm not
you.
gonna spend my time beefing with you, Don Dada, brother. Like, what the fuck, bro?
It's not beef.
Like,
It's
what
not
the
beef.
fuck,
Check this out.
dog?
You got little brothers. You got big brothers, little brothers. Even if you don't got a little brother, you got like a young homie. Check this out. This is what I'm doing. I got little brothers. Before I let my little brother go out there and crash out, or go out there and get in a squabble, or go out there and get roasted on, I'ma let him know this how life is. I'ma touch him up
I
first.
know what you do. I know that, bro. I know. Go
Family.
ahead.
Then how do you not get what I'm saying? If
I
we
know
are
what you
spreading
doing, brother.
misinformation, I don't think you get it.
You still, Don Dada, you still doing a disservice to your people, bro. The information that you give, take that motherfucker towards these white crackers and these demonic people that's fucking over our culture, bro. Like, no matter what you disagree,
we are fucking up our culture.
Don Dada. No matter what you disagree about FBAs and black Indians, some of them, they may be wrong. I agree with you. They may be wrong. What the fuck do you do getting a service of going at your own people, bro? Like real nigga shit, Don Dada. Come on, like let's be real. Don Dada, bro. Like real nigga shit, bro. Let's take the beef that me and you had and me and everybody else had. What service do you get going at your own people, brother? Come on, bro.
Okay, so we got different views. If you look at it as me going at my own people, I look at it me like focusing on my people and educating them out of misinformation. Like, you know, whatever you are, whether you're a Israelite, Native American, Moor, some Hotep, it's one of them ideologies that you don't agree with. You probably don't agree that we the Israelite. Hypothetically, I don't know. You probably don't agree that we the Israelites.
No.
Okay, perfect. Let me use that example then. Why not correct them niggas? Them is some of the deepest niggas. I don't ever interact with them. Is some of the deepest niggas.
That's not because
Listen.
Dada. That is not doing harm to your community as black brothers, bro.
Even if
they are wrong, Dada. Even if they are wrong, bro. And I'm telling you, I get all type of views. I get the view. You know I get the views, bro. I get the views. I get the clout. I get the attention. At the end of the day, I gotta say, what am I doing? Am I only going after my black people? Am I deterring? Even if my black people are wrong, and I'm not saying that what you say is wrong, bro. I agree with the information you saying. I swear to God, Dada. Even when it comes down to, I'm gonna say this. I believe, black masking Indians in New Orleans. You heard me? I think we Indians. You might disagree, bro, and you got good information that can counteract my information, and I can have a debate with you. But you still my motherfucking brother, Dada. Even if I disagree with you, bro, I disagree with everything. A lot of the things that Roy said, OHF. You still my motherfucking brother, bro. I'm not about to go online and I'm not gonna make a panel about Don Dada. I would never come online and put you, Don Dada, as the face of my motherfucking prompt. I would never do that, bro. No matter how much I disagree with you, brother, I would never make you the face of my motherfucking topic. But you don't realize that's what you be doing, dog. Why you be doing that shit, bro?
I feel like I done tried to explain it to you. I don't think you really understanding me. I'm gonna see what
No, Dada. Why
I'm
the
gonna see what
fuck
brother
do
man
you
got,
do
right
that
here got to
shit,
say
bro?
real
You
quick.
don't have to do that shit, brother.
You
You
not
are
getting
too
my point.
smart.
All right, let
You
me
are
show you this. Let me
already
show you this.
smart, nigga.
I was supposed to
You
show you this. Let me
already
show you this part.
smart, bro.
Let me show you this part real quick. He's at the very, very top.
A lot of
Because
these niggas I disagree with. Go ahead, make your
I'm just
point,
showing you
bro.
this part. Look, I'm not even gonna play the video. Fuck it. So all these people right here, this is what I call a pseudo genealogy. A lot of the bullshit that these niggas is parroting, it come from white people. It come from us being colonized and indoctrinated by these motherfuckers. Eliphas Levi, Helena Blavatsky, what's this motherfucking weird nigga name? The Pascal Beverleys, this nigga's white. This nigga's indoctrinated. We got the whole NOI indoctrinated by a white man.
Hey, that's true. That's true right there.
But it trickles down into us, and now we are echoing this. Now we're parroting this. Just because I get it. Like, let me point at somebody. Elijah empowered a lot of black people, got a lot of black people off the streets, got a lot of black people off drugs. With misinformation, it's a different era. Information is supposed to evolve. We're supposed to get smarter. We're supposed to grow. I'm just letting these people know.
But you only
this
calling out your
misinformation.
Dada. You only calling out your black brothers. What about the white
To
men?
educate them. I don't give a fuck about educating white people. Let they ass stay in delusion. But we need to get out of the bottom.
Dada, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Come on, me.
And me and you disagree on everything. We ain't never get along. But I can tell you, I listen. I'm never going to denounce the fact that your ass is a smart nigga. You a smart nigga. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to even agree on everything when it comes down to history, historical facts, psychology, philosophy. Some things we don't agree on. You still a smart nigga though, and you still my motherfucking brother, bro. I'm not gonna go against you, Dada, bro. You still I'm never gonna make a panel going against you, brother. At the end of the day, I'm never gonna make a panel where I'm gonna say, yo, go against Don Dada because of this and that and the third. I'm never gonna do that, bro. You do that against your own people, Dada, bro. Stop doing that, bro.
I don't see it like that. I see it like when I got my ass whooped by my pops. He didn't do that shit because he was going against me. He was doing that shit because he said, "No, don't do that shit in them streets because the white man gonna bam your ass." That's how I look at it. But let me let them talk. I don't know if they've been listening to the conversation.
Yeah. What's up, Poppy? Shit. I mean, you probably don't know me, but I done heard you. I done heard you on other panels and stuff. And I know you're from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Lake Charles. Yeah. I went through all that, bro. I went through I went through all these different, religions. I went through all these different little things. Christianity, Catholicism, Masonry, Prince Hall Freemasonry. Yeah, I went through all that, bro, and I got to a certain age, and I just realized that it was all made up. It was a dude who said, "I'm going to start me a new religion," and he did it, and he started a new religion, and he got a bunch of followers, just like on TikTok, you get a bunch of followers, and now you got a platform. You know what I'm saying? He started him a new religion. They all started new religions. Elijah Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? All of them. I ain't gonna lie. I still mess with the 5% nation. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the only nation that out of all the things that I had been part of, that allowed me to be free, to be just me. You know what I'm saying? To just be who I am. The Black Hebrew Israelites. I don't know if that's what y'all are. I hope I'm not offending nobody, stepping on nobody's toes. But when they be in downtown Dallas, bro. And I was actually going, start messing with them, but I seen how they operated and how they would just be targeting people that was just minding their own business, getting off the train, walking home, and all of a sudden they just like you red haired, you white devil dog, and I just didn't like the way I mean I ain't gonna lie, I like the topics. I just don't like the approach of how it's put out there.
At the end of the day, Dada, You still my motherfucking black brother. I don't agree with a lot of the shit that you say, but you a smart individual. And I know that you're doing the work for the black people.
Bro, you just cut me
At
off,
the
bro. I was
hold
just
on,
about to
no,
land.
no, no,
I
hold
was
on,
just about to
hold
land.
on, hold on, Jan.
You finna go, Poppy?
Hold on, Jan. What I want to tell Don Dada, because I was having a conversation with him, and I want him to know that despite what me and him beefing about, he's still my brother, bro. Right? We may not ever agree about certain things, but he's still my motherfucking brother, bro. I'm not about to come on the internet and I'm gonna have beef with this nigga, knowing
I
that I
don't
got
got
beef with
beef with
white
you, brother.
people. I got beef with white people. I got beef with the white people and the colonizing that did to my people. I'm not about to be able to take my essence on Don Dada because I disagree with him. You hear me? So what I'm telling brother is at the end of the day, I disagree with a lot of things that brother say. He's still my brother though.
So
And
let
I
me ask
had to
you.
tell myself that Don Dada, I don't fuck with a lot of the shit that I'm telling you all right now. He know that too. I don't fuck with a lot of shit that he said. He's still a good nigga though. That nigga still smart, bro.
Let me
He's
let
still
me do
smart.
let me
I'm
do
not
this
gonna
because I
discredit the
want to see
nigga
what they
and
I
not
want to
being
see
a
what they
smart
think.
individual because I don't agree with everything that he talk about.
Let
And
me
that's
ask
what it boils down to, bro.
let me ask
We'll
Julius.
disagree with each other and we'll disdain each other and demonize each other based on what we don't believe in. And what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, I can say, you know what? Some things Don Dada be talking about, I don't even agree with. That's still a little brother. You heard me? That's still a little brother. You heard me? We didn't have
Let me
beefs.
ask the
We
panel
didn't
this.
have beefs. I didn't have beefs with him. He's still a black man though. So I'm not gonna come on the internet and say, you know what, I got beef with Don
Poppy,
Dada.
you
I
repeat
got beef with
yourself,
all
family.
type of black men. But at the end of the day, I
I
know
re-
he's a smart individual and
I
I know
appreciate
what
what you
he's trying
saying,
to do
Poppy,
for
but
his
you
people.
repeating
It's
yourself, brother.
awakening. Hold
I
on,
just,
brother. What I know what he's trying to do is awakening his people. He's trying to put these people to a certain type of knowledge, and esoteric knowledge. I can agree with that. I don't got no problem with that. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say to myself, what do I have to do to be able to understand this man? You hear me?
You
Don
acting real
Dada
emotional
is a
right now.
nigga that I don't agree with, but at the end of the day, he's still a black brother. He's still my motherfucking black little brother. You hear me? I didn't beef with this nigga. Me and this nigga didn't curse each other out. We didn't dox each other out. But at the end of the day, some of the information that he put out, I agree with. So I
Poppy,
still
you
want this
repeating
nigga to
yourself.
win. But he
You're
spends too
rambling,
much
bro. You're
time. He
rambling.
spends too much time going after other black people. And I'ma tell Dada that. Like, nigga, why the fuck you always
Yeah,
going
we
after black
we
people,
got it,
nigga?
bro. We got it.
Like, nigga, you spend too much energy going after other black people, brother. We got enemies. We got real soldiers and motherfucking people that's really going against our energy. You hear me?
Agreed.
Let's put that energy out towards these people.
All right,
Let's
let me
understand
hear.
who the
I want
real
to hear other
forces that we
people.
going against.
I want to hear the
I'm
other
not gonna
people's
let you
opinion on this.
bitch ass niggas come up here and tell me at the end of the day.
Can you
I
hear
know
me?
what this brother doing. This nigga is a smart individual. And I don't have to agree with everything this bitch ass nigga talk about. He's still my motherfucking brother. And I don't wanna have no harm happen to him.
We ain't got, bro. I ain't got no beef
I
with
don't want
you.
no harm. I don't want no harm to happen to
All right,
brother. But at the end of the day, I don't agree with the shit that he
ass.
talk about. And I'm
No,
going to
no.
challenge, what he talks about. So if we
Hold
can
on,
have the
Pat.
conversation,
Which part is it?
about what he talk about and meet to a motherfucking individual standpoint and meet to a medium, that's what we gonna do, you hear me? But I'm not
That's what
gonna
I
agree with
prefer.
everything
Appreciate that.
that this nigga
Appreciate
say.
that.
That's what
I'm
I'm
not
saying,
gonna do that shit.
Don Dada, you
I'm
was
not
wrong for
doing
that
that shit,
because
you hear me?
Master Farad Muhammad is not just a white T man. He is half and half.
All right, appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'll let you
actually,
correct me. I'll let
yeah.
you correct me in a minute. I'm gonna let Jay finish. Go ahead, Jay. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes. I
Okay,
appreciate. Hey,
okay.
I'm gonna holler. I want to get other people opinion on this. You know, I got to give other people time
Dada,
to
yeah,
speak.
talk
Poppy.
to me, Dada. These niggas
Yeah,
tripping.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, I'm gonna talk.
So basically what I was saying is I kind of feel the brother. I kind of feel Poppy. You know what I'm saying? We divided, you know what I'm saying? We got all these nations, we got all these different little, it's kind of like being in Africa. We got all these different tribes, you know what I'm saying? You a NOI, you a black Hebrew Israelite, you a Prince Hall Mason, you know what I'm saying? You a 5%er, you a Christian, you know what I'm saying? You done became a Jew, you know what I'm saying? It's bruh, the world is looking at us and laughing, you know what I'm saying? Because as long as we stay divided, we can never ever achieve the power that we have that's been given to us by birth because of who we are. Come together as tribes. You know what I'm saying? And we all sit down at the table. You know what I'm saying? The Black Hebrew Israelite representative sitting over there. The Nation of Islam representative sitting over there. I mean, we come together just like they do. They come together, even though they different, they all united under one thing called whiteness. They united under whiteness. And they said, we are going to put them at the bottom. And that's what they did.
That's
And that's
true.
what they've been doing. And that's what they trying to continue to do because they realizing that no matter what, we rising. We are rising. And
All right, you got a call real quick. Joe, go ahead.
I'm going to land on that.
Okay, hold on, you back.
Yeah, I forgot
Hold
you
on,
had
hold on.
lost
Let him
your
go ahead.
update.
Hold on, let him go ahead and land so you can.
All right.
Yeah, I
Go,
just
go.
landed.
Okay. All right, appreciate it. All right, Joe, go ahead and respond real quick.
Yeah. So yeah, you doing exactly what you're supposed to do. We ain't worried about no white man. White man did not tell us about our history. Our ancestors did. Our ancestors documented and talked about their own history during those time frames. We don't have to deal with white man's sources to find out who we are. That's factual. Historically and scientifically, it's been proven multiple times who and what and where we came from. There's really no debate about it. We just entertain this nonsense because we want to hear y'all out and see where y'all getting y'all information from, because y'all constantly say it's hidden, it's been burned and all this type of stuff, but somehow y'all keep finding this information that we've been here prior to 1492. And I have yet to see that. But yeah, so when it comes to what he's doing, yeah, he's going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. And we're just going to keep going on that way. I mean,
Joe, one of the most sold books in Europe in 1482 was called the Book of Witches of the Hammer, right? At 1482, the Witches of the Hammer book was the most sold book in Europe. The men at that time believed in witchcraft. They believed that black men and black women that believed in witchcraft was basically diabolical. I don't need to be worrying about this shit. One of the most sold books in Europe was called The Witches of the Hammer. It's a man named Malakas. You can look this up, y'all. If y'all think I'm lying, just look up and fact check.
That's nothing. I'm glad you said that.
Fact check me if you think that I'm lying.
I'm looking at it right now.
Fact check me if you think that I'm lying.
But you interrupt me.
What were one of the most sold books in Europe? What were one of the most sold books in Europe during the time of witchcraft, bro?
Nobody interrupt you, and we're not talking about witchcraft.
Okay, so I'm asking you, nigga, what was one of the most sold books in Europe?
Why are you interrupting me when I'm talking? I did not interrupt you not one time. You see what I'm
Are
saying?
you gonna answer my question or are you gonna cry, bro?
Can I finish talking what I'm
All
talking
right.
about?
All right.
Y'all are grown people on
Go
this
ahead
app.
Go ahead and land, Joe.
Yeah, thank you. Y'all are grown men and women on this app acting like children. But again, we are talking about the United States. So historically and scientifically, y'all still got to prove how we were
historically. One of the most sold books was called the Books of the Hammer of the Witches in Europe.
Why are you interrupting me? How old are you, man? Like, for real, how old are you?
35.
Act like it. So again, historically and scientifically, there's no proof that y'all can prove how we was here prior to 1492. The transatlantic slave trade is one of the most documented events in history. It's well documented in Europe. It's well documented in Africa. It's well documented in North, South, and Central America when it comes to when they enslaved Africa. And the fun part about this is
you're evolutionaries.
Yeah, the fun part about it. You're from the Louisiana. History.
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans,
That's one of the most.
We've been here. Black people been all across the world, nigga.
This is one of the most documented places in the United States when it comes
in
to
the world. Exactly.
And they don't say we are Indians. I'm right down the road from New Orleans.
You ain't from no fucking.
Let me say this. This is Poppy's contention
with the road from New Orleans. I did not say I was from New Orleans.
Go ahead, Dada. Go ahead,
Dada. I want y'all to hear. I want y'all to respond to this.
Hold on, let me listen to Don Dada.
This is why Poppy's up here.
Please do, you a child.
Joe, listen, y'all. Listen to this, because this is why I want y'all to respond to this, because this is Poppy's contention with me. Of course, I don't agree with his side. He said he don't agree with everything I says. This is his contention with me. Hold on, you got echo, Pop. So his contention with me is he doesn't like that I address black people. I've explained many times the reason why I'm addressing it's not going for people. It's not attacking people. It's not beefing for people. The reason why I address black people is because I'm black. I'm black. I'm here to help educate black people out of misinformation. I told somebody this last night. Not too many people know this. I was in the PSYOP, kind of just like how June was. I don't know if them supposed to be O's is June. Kind of like him. I was in the misinformation. I don't know how the fuck I got out that shit as deep as I was. I think I was just so deep that I fucking came out on the other side of the tunnel for real. So I see what this causes. It causes a lot of psychosis. It causes a lot of mental illness. It causes a lot of people to fuck up in real life. It's real life consequences behind anything that you do. So this is the reason why I address black people and not white people, not Mexican people. I just made a video on indigenous people, probably like the first time, because I don't care to necessarily educate them people because we gotta help our own people first. Anyways, his contention with me is that, you know, he thinks that he perceives this as me coming for black people, being that we black, we supposed to stick together, we brothers, all this good stuff. What do y'all think about that? Just in brevity, y'all just explain that. Like, I'm gonna give everybody 1 minute to talk about that. I'm gonna start with Mello too, because I kind of went over him. What do y'all think about this? Do y'all understand what I'm saying, what I'm getting at? And if y'all in the chat, and y'all want to come up and, you know, even if you are pushing back on my method, like, let me know. I want to have a conversation with this. But I'm trying to explain, like, what I'm doing is not trying to be for people. It's trying to reach my people and educate them. Mello, you there? All right, Mello busy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start with go ahead, Ashton. Go ahead and respond to this.
Yeah, I don't think you're trying to beef with black folks. You're just trying to like go after the shit that they're putting out. That's not really factual, not really based on anything that what they're saying is actually factual. That's not your intent. And I don't get why Poppy continue to keep saying that he doesn't agree with it. I'm trying to say, okay, what is that you don't agree with him on? Because he keeps saying the same thing over and over and over again.
I don't believe in the evolution theory. Don Dada, listen, I agree with a lot of things that Don Dada said. He's my brother. I think the nigga I think he's a genius. I think he's smart, right? Hold on, people. I don't need to hear your fucking response. Calm down, nigga. At the end of the day, Don Dada is a smart individual. So I thought
everybody got a minute.
You're interrupting me.
I don't agree with you when it comes down to the whole evolutionary theory, right? I believe that black people existed all across the world. And the evolutionary theory allows white people to be able to say that they existed everywhere else outside of us. So my thing is that some of the things that you say, I agree with, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I agree with you, right? I'm not gonna debate you on. You hear me? I can have a conversation. We could agree. We could disagree. But some of the things I disagree with you because I'm a real historian. I do the historical studies.
All right,
I go into the information.
We gonna have a bill.
Don Dada, what I'm trying to tell you, bro, you start getting to this motherfucking white patriarchal theology and ideology of evolution to the fact that you say white people existed everywhere inside of the world, but black people never existed. I just don't agree with that, bro. I don't agree with that shit. You're not going to convince me that white people existed everywhere, but black people didn't. Black people came later.
King asking me.
That's what Don Dollar be on.
King asking me
be on some motherfucking late ideology.
Hold on.
I don't even think the craziest.
Cut people off. I'm letting him cut people off, kind of because, you know, we kind of have.
I'm talking to Dada, bro. We kind
of have emotional regulation, and we kind of have like a lot of discipline, and you know, everybody don't got that, and I'm aware of that. But I still want to. I really still want to have a conversation with bro.
Dada, bro. I'm talking. No, Dada. I don't want to hear these niggas, bro. I want to hear from you.
No.
Dada.
It's just not me and you. It's just not me and you.
No. Okay. So Dada, answer this question for me, bro. Answer this question for me, because I know you're a smart individual, and we disagree and we agree on certain different type of topics. I can understand that. Are you telling me that white people existed and they evolved, and the evolutionary theory that we believe in is all about white people evolving and going into different states in different parts of the country, in different parts of the world?
So this is what I want to do. I'm gonna answer that question. I want to have a long conversation with you. It seems like you in a rush though, but I just want to let everybody give their.
I'm here, Dada. Go ahead, bro.
That's the problem. Most of these niggas want microwave knowledge.
Hold on, Ray. I don't want to hear you, nigga.
I don't give a fuck what you want to hear, nigga.
All right, go ahead. Hold on. Nah, I'm gonna let Ashton finish.
I care what you want.
Just let everybody land. Just let everybody land.
Up, nigga.
And then we gonna have a
How about
bill.
them ass apples, bitch ass nigga?
Go ahead, Ashton.
Looks like I'm finished. He already interrupted me anyway, so I already lost my train of thought. So
All right.
you
Yeah.
can
So
go for go to red and stuff.
all right. Go ahead,
Because
Red.
this
Go ahead
nigga's
and
just disrespectful.
So to your initial question, it brought me immediately to a thought that my grandmother said when I was young, when she would correct me. And I'm like, why do you do that? Blah, blah, blah. She said, you're supposed to be corrected in your house. So you don't leave outside of this house and be corrected by somebody else.
I swear
And
I
it's
said
black.
that.
And that's what and that's what I'm pretty sure that was said in all of our households. I've heard Jamaicans say that their parents say the same thing and this and that. I correct you in this house so you don't get corrected outside of it to save you the embarrassment. So you should not be embarrassed when a fellow black person corrects you because they did it within your house. They didn't. You weren't called out in the street. It would be more embarrassing for a white T person to tell you your actual history than a black person. So that's the answer to Dada's question. Or actually, that's all I got to say because the follow on statement was going to be for the dude that just dropped.
Yeah, he left. I don't know why he left. I want to holler at him, but shit. Yeah. My whole thing, bro. I love these type of conversations. The thing is, bro, when white people come from Europe, whether they come from Italy, whether they come from Spain, whether they come from Ireland or whatever, once they land on these shores, once they hit these borders, once they come inside of America, they all unite and they become white. And we are a divided people. We, the 13% of the population of America, need to unite because there's no way that we could take on these people just by ourselves. We have to unite with our brothers. Even if they sold us into slavery, we have to unite with our brothers. That's our brothers. That's our people that's in Haiti. That's our people that's in Brazil. That's our people that's in
All right, go ahead and land because I ain't let the moon talk yet.
yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Moon. Appreciate your patience, family.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Cooler.
I don't know what that dude was talking about. I do
He
know.
he back up here. He back up here.
Yeah, I don't want to hear y'all niggas. I'm waiting for Don Dada response.
Yeah, we've been.
I don't want to hear y'all
Let me
peasants.
talk.
Okay, nobody
Y'all
wants to hear your
peasant ass
punk ass.
niggas,
How
bro.
about that?
I want to hear.
Nobody wants to hear your punk ass. How about that?
Ashton, my bad.
Okay, so I disagree with basically almost everything Poppy says, but I think I'm very militant in my own beliefs, so I usually go by what the historical record is, like what do the scholars know, what do the teachers know. I basically go with that, and also some of my own discernment. But my problem with your how do I phrase this? Y'all talking about all our history has been hidden, it's been destroyed, and for some reason your history always involves white people. It always involves them. Like, I don't know, like you talk about how they changed everything, but when you tell your own history, it's always connected through them. Like, what did they say about us? What did they see us as? And I think that's the main reason I don't like the Aboriginal movement, the Hebrew Israelites, the NOI, all of that other stuff.
We know who you're not afraid of, coward. You a coward, nigga. We know who the fuck you're not afraid of.
What the fuck are you even talking about?
You're a coward, nigga.
Okay,
all right, go ahead and land. Go ahead and land. Like so,
white people not our enemy.
Yeah, they. Oh, you know what's so funny?
So white people not our enemy.
So you know what I was showing before you came up here?
Did I imply that you?
Let me show you what I was showing before you came up on here. I don't know who this is. You know who this is? This y'all may be familiar with these people.
Yeah, I know what that is. I know. I forget.
Yeah. I know him. I know him. I actually met him. Yeah, that happened in Dallas. That happened in Dallas, and I was down there when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I don't know who that is. Hey, I don't know who that is. He looked like he's a service member
That's
too.
my boy. Yeah.
That's Michael Xavier.
that's right. Yeah,
I
that's right.
forgot
Mike
what he
Xavier.
did.
Hold on,
Go
what's
ahead.
up with him? What's up
Go
with
ahead.
him?
Go ahead, Ashley.
No, so that's Michael Xavier. I remember the incident. That was back in 2016 when he pew-pewed those officers.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter protest. I think it was like five officers. He unalive in the parking lot. They had to send a robot strapped with C4 around there. To
Oh, you talking about
unalive.
from the hotel?
He hit 12 of them though. He hit
12.
12 of
Okay,
them
my
though.
bad. Oh, he hit
Nah,
12.
only 5. Oh yeah.
Oh
12
wait.
was
Yeah,
hit,
yeah.
but
I think that's that incident that I don't believe in conspiracy theories, but that's kind
bro,
of
I was
one.
there.
That's kind of one that I do believe in because if memory serves me correctly, that's where they obliterated because he was pew pewing from the hotel, right?
I think it was a parking garage, a parking lot.
Okay. I could tell y'all about this. Okay, so not long before that, the Triple K decided to do a protest at the Nation of Islam Mosque on Malcolm X Boulevard and Martin Luther King Boulevard in
Damn, they in
South
the
Dallas.
midst.
And look, we all showed up and he was there. And so we had a meeting after that. We all met because we ran them out. We ran them KKs off. And we all had a meeting after that. And then he decided to stay here. And so, we do our meetings just like the nation, just like the Hebrew Israelites do it. We all meet up every once in a while. And I didn't know he was gonna do what he did. I got pictures with him. You know what I'm saying? I did not know he was gonna do that. And
A lot of people
but
didn't
I was actually down there and I recorded it. Like I literally recorded it live while it was happening. Like I'm talking about it was wild, bro. It was like a war zone. And they couldn't get him. They had to use a robot to get him. And
Michael Johnson.
yeah,
Remember that police officer that did the same thing? He was like, he was in that cabin.
Oh yeah, in California. Yeah.
California, you remember him?
Yeah.
Yep. And I remember the other guy too. He did the same thing in Louisiana. I forget what his name was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cause dang, it's on the tip of my tongue. His name on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah,
Because he got a whole YouTube. He got a whole YouTube talking about like actually like positive stuff and like how to make black men become masculine and all this type of stuff. And then all of a sudden he was just like, he said he was fed up with it. And he did that. And he was military.
Those were real heroes. Yeah, you're right, Jacob. Those were real heroes.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, man, he ain't got no holiday in the community. He ain't got no shirts.
I know.
Murals. Need a mural at least. Need a mural for him in South Dallas.
Couldn't get him, but they had to use a robot to get him.
Wait.
That's interesting.
What am I missing? I'm missing something.
Now,
Micah, just look him up. Michael Xavier Johnson. I don't know if we kind of got to mince words on here about what he did, but yeah, he pretty much unalive. It was a
Army veteran.
I believe it was a Black Lives Matter protest.
Yeah, BLM protester, and he got fed up with the way how the cops have been doing what they did to black folks. So he took matters in his own hands and started to pew the officers. The one officer I do remember that he pew-pewed, that was the one that actually had Smoxy tattoos. I think white supremacist tattoos on him. That was the one that he took out because I definitely remember the Michael Johnson thing.
I gotta do this so it don't give me that little blank thing, y'all. If y'all see me ever doing that, I just wanted to peel, y'all. We coming home.
Yeah. As soon as you show that picture of him, I'll say, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I remember him. Michael Johnson. I remember him.
Yeah, I was trying to show that, man. It's so hard talking to these people. Y'all know I try to call myself the pseudo whisperer to just try to have a little bit of patience to dealing with people that, I would in the past crash out on. But it's just ironic that he came over here.
You a smart nigga, Don. You a smart nigga.
You're a smart nigga, man. I don't agree with everything you do, but you're a smart nigga.
I really,
It's like he kept
in my
saying
mind,
this.
I really was like, he
He
on
kept
my
he
dick.
kept saying that
I
over and
was
over, and it's like, dude, okay, you don't agree with him.
I was
Okay,
trying so hard not to cuss him out.
right.
It was literally like a Boondocks episode. Like, yeah, nigga, I appreciate you being smart. You know what I'm saying? Reading books and shit. That's what's up, my nigga. Congratulations, nigga.
But
I
I
was just
did let
about
him
to
do
say
that
that.
shit. I did let him do that shit, like go crazy, because once again, like I was just making sure like people. But King had said, so he's like, man, why you let him talk over people? Like it's a pseudo. I like having opposition up here so I can try to see if I can like talk to their ass some kind of way, to talk to their better senses. We know that they don't have the same type of emotional regulation that we got. So if I like mute him up, then it's like, oh, I'm a mute monster. Or if I just drop him, it's like, oh, he dropped me and dropped. I know he's not in his right mind, so I'm not even
Yeah, he
expecting.
isn't. Definitely
Yeah, I'm
not
not
Hey,
for
expecting
the
the
bro.
same
same
Hey,
type
shit
of
with other
discipline.
people.
hey,
And so,
can I say something in the brother in the brother favor though?
Yeah,
He's very intelligent, bro. I hear him on. I don't know if y'all know Casso, but he be sitting on the
yeah,
panel.
I don't agree with
He be
Castle
he.
or that dumb nigga that was just up here. He ain't
I've
smart.
never ran across Casso live, y'all. Please, somebody send it to me one day.
I don't like Castle's philosophy or that nigga that was up here. He ain't smart.
But
Yeah,
he
but
probably he
now
probably
what
He
I'm
coming
don't
out
give
saying,
a
like
fuck. He don't get it.
a
now
version
In
of
what I'm
spite of
saying,
Casso.
evidence,
this
he will claim
this
some shit.
my first time. This is my first time hearing him sound like
Damn,
he
how did I
thrown
get
out. I think
restricted?
he probably had something to sip or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't, because the dude is intelligent, bro. I think he had something to sip before he came up here or whatever, and that's how he sounded to me, like he was sipping on something. Um, so that probably not even he probably not even gonna remember this. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna
And
remember it
I'm
because it's
making
definitely
and
gonna
I'm
be on YouTube.
not
You know
making
they
no
say,
excuse for him.
you know they say, something speaks over thoughts. I forget what it says.
Yeah, but
A
I ain't gonna
drunken
hold
mind
you.
speaks over thoughts.
I think, yeah, I don't think he gonna be the one of the ones that we can reach. Unfortunately, I mean, I think he far gone. He very aggressive,
Hmm.
and kind of confrontational.
Hmm.
I do think even though today he was a little extra on one, but every time I had a conversation with him, he been like that. Not gonna lie, every time I talk to him, at least it may be something about me that bring it out of him. Because
What
every
the
time
hell
I
did
He
I
talk,
don't
do?
he don't do that on Castle Panel, bro. He don't even act like that on Castle Panel.
he act like that every
And
Yeah,
time
he
we
because
be
sit and
he's
and
talk.
he
amongst
and he be on
people that
Castle Panel
agrees
a
with
lot.
him.
What are we talking
He's
about?
amongst people that agree with him.
Yeah, even when he on Political Slayer live, he don't act like that. He only act like that on certain lives. That's what it's starting to seem like.
I know I'm gonna make him crash every time because I'm gonna say something.
I,
What I call it, I used to call it a cognitive dissonance tantrum. So it's like you got a belief, like even when he's talking about evolution, I don't believe. Who give a fuck about your beliefs? None of what anything I talk about has shit to do with beliefs. It got every something to do with what we can prove, what we can verify, quantify, substantiate. These niggas be stuck in this belief mindset, right? That's how they be going through all of
Everything's
these
a belief to
conspiracy
them.
theories.
Everything is feelings
yeah,
from them. It's like, well, feelings and everything. I mean, stuff doesn't care about your feelings like that. Stuff doesn't care
yeah,
about your beliefs.
I came on y'all panel. I
Before
don't
we
even
get too
know.
far, hold on a second. Before we get too far from the Michael Johnson situation, because I had to reread it, right? And I remember that happened like July 2016, and there was a lot going on for me that year because I was just retiring, but I was confusing it with what went down in Vegas. But like I said, y'all know me. I don't go for conspiracy theories. Yeah, you got to show the shit. Got to be black and white to me. But I
The Vegas
remember
thing, I
that
remember that
I
one.
huh?
The Vegas one, I remember that one.
Yeah, and so this is what I'm
The
saying. I
Michael
remember those
Johnson.
two. I remember those two incidents because I remember thinking something is sketchy here because I remember
Hmm.
this one in particular because they send in this BOMB robot
Hmm.
obliterates everything,
Hmm.
right? And I've seen, the aftermaths of IEDs and rockets and things like that. If it obliterates everything, but somehow they found this dude's driver's license. They can't find human remains, and I'm like I said, I keep getting confusing the two
Oh, I
because
see what you're getting at.
I think they were similar like situations, but I think in both occasions
Like the Christopher Dorner John.
they
Christopher Donner one.
obliterate the
Oh
entire
yeah, that
scene.
was the California. Yeah.
That was in
Yeah,
California.
but
Christopher
somehow they
Dorner.
find a driver's license.
Well,
That
the
that
one
that was
that you're
sketchy
referring
to me.
to, in Las Vegas, that dude, for whatever reason, he just started to just pew pew at a. I think that was somewhere like in a country event or something like that, a country music
Yeah, there
event.
was some kind of event going on
Mm-hmm.
below. He was pew pewing from a
Mm-hmm.
hotel room, but I
From a
think
hotel room. Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of, obliterated. I can't say the words. I think they obliterated that room supposedly, and then they went in there and they supposedly found an ID. I think that occurred in both situations. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember all that. I remember the one from 2017. It was like so many mass pew-pewings that was going on during those years. I
Yeah.
started to forget them.
The one that happened in Dallas. That's when Obama had to come out here and he spoke. He gave a speech, and that's when a lot of people turned on him. A lot of right wing people turned on him because he was basically saying, that even though he was supposed to be speaking for the police officers, he said that kid that they had unalive could have been, had he had a son, it could have looked just like his son. It could have happened to his
Oh, I
son.
do remember that. Yeah.
Oh, that's from when Trayvon Martin was on live.
Yeah,
Trayvon
it was
Martin.
right after that. It was right after that when that
that.
incident happened.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. I remember when Henry Louis Gates was arrested trying to get in his house. He said that he acted stupidly. I forgot that.
Yeah, but ultimately, I was trying to. The reason why I had that up is because something he had mentioned, about us having a common opposition, and I was like, "Nigga, I know what the fuck I'm doing." And him trying to get him to see that I'm just not doing this just to be coming at black people. Since I'm black, I got to address the misinformation within the black culture and the black community, and he just don't see it like that no matter what. I'm like, yeah,
So
I'm
when he
not just.
came up, he thought that you were just attacking black people. So you're attacking the misinformation that are put down. He thinking that because you're attacking the misinformation, that's you're attacking other black folks.
I think
But
he
you're
know
not
what I'm
attacking
doing.
white
I think
folks.
he know what I'm doing. He just don't want to be part of it. He think I'm
Right.
finna let his ass grift, and I
Right.
ain't. He understood that shit just like what Red said. I said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm a roughing up my little brother before I let him go out there. What I look like? Letting my little brother. Let me mute you, Joe. What I look like letting my little brother go out into school and he have his first squabble.
Right.
I ain't put the gloves on him or nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing about. I think unfortunately some of our own think that because that when we're going after our own when we're trying to correct our own, they think that's attacking them or something like that. And for whatever reason, I don't get why they think that, because they think that all of us are a monolith or something like that, and that's not really the case. Because when you say something is wrong that a black person is doing, we have a right to call it out because what you're doing is wrong. Wrong is wrong. But
I remember when I made that video when I did the pseudo genealogy. I think when I did it and prior to me doing it, somebody was referencing the same thing. It's like, y'all don't get this shit. Like, how you don't get it? But that's why I say I'll show this shit. All the shit that these niggas talking about come from these people.
Come from those people, right? And he wants everyone to talk about that. Why you don't talk about white folks? So like, well, where do you think all this shit comes from?
Hey, y'all, I gotta get this video. I gotta get this video posted, y'all. I gotta find a way to clip this video. But
like the whole sovereign citizen thing that the guys in the Morris be spewing all the time. Where do you think they got that from? That wasn't the black invention.
Oh, y'all don't know more lies.
No more who?
No More Lies.
No more lies.
I'm
I
not
think I seen that
sure.
name. If I don't know him, I'm not really too familiar.
Damn. Wait,
Never
wait.
heard of him.
I can't remember. I can't. He got another name. He comes in here. I think it's what's the dude? Oh man, light skinned brother. He's always up here.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen him before on YouTube before. I'm not sure what his name is. So
He got the black guy in the Indian headdress with in a green
mm,
Cadillac or something.
oh, I don't know.
I can't remember, but
There's so many of them. I just can't.
I'm
I
waiting
can't remember
for.
their names.
I need
You talking
Uncle
you
Moose
talking you talking
to.
with the black dude from Louisiana that got the song out for Mardi Gras Indians?
I think it might be him.
Because I heard Poppy he was talking about the masked Indians in Louisiana. The masked Indians in Louisiana are not actual Native American Indians. These are people who pay homage to the Native Americans because when
Yeah,
they was running away from slavery, the Native Americans would take care of them and let them bring them into the tribe and incorporate them into the tribe and all that. They're giving homage to the Native Americans. They're not running around saying, "I'm a Native American. I
And
was here."
they say that like vocally.
Yeah, not the Mardi Gras Indians.
The Mardi Gras Indians let them know like that they not trying to be pretentious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They tell that story like I heard. I watched the documentary on them, and they said that story like how you said it, damn near verbatim. Like
Mm.
I don't know where to get this shit from. It's
Yeah, I don't
really
know where to
just a
get that stuff
conspiracy.
either.
It's really just a conspiracy.
And most
It's a
of us,
conspiracy.
most of us got a great great grandmother or a great 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 grandmother, or like I got two great great grandmothers that's Native American, real Native Americans, but I ain't never walked around said I'm an Indian. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know who I am. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
What?
even my DNA confirmed it. You know what I'm saying? So um, I'm not. I guarantee you, some of these people that's walking around talking about they Native American, I guarantee you, if they take a DNA test, it's gonna say that they African. I guarantee, I almost probably 100% sure that it's gonna say that they African. And I don't
Okay.
even know what y'all believe. I like Japan. I like what you were saying, and I just popped up on here, and I don't know what y'all believe. You know what I'm saying? So I might be going against what y'all believe, but
No, you
I
good.
mean,
You on point actually. For the most part, I didn't hear a little bit of the first time you got on the mic, but I mean for the most part, yeah, we know we not no damn Indians.
Yeah, none of us are Indians. We don't believe that we was over here type stuff. None of that. I used to
Oh,
believe
I
that a long time ago, but I stopped believing that. So I actually have had a had a state of mind. Yeah, common sense.
I have never seen this dude live. This Casso dude. This is the third time I heard about his name. Never caught one of his lives. They know I'm on his ass. If he say some dumb shit. But I got
well,
to.
yeah, he's cool. He's cool with our mutuals. Like initially when I heard him, I was like I said, like when it comes to the pseudos, when it comes to the pretendians, even when it comes to like the history
FBAs.
revisionists, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times they'll say something that's coinciding with your views. So you're like, oh, okay, cool. And then you give some people a minute. You're like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. What the fuck going on over here? I mean, that's how, like, people be like, Red, you always be in the pretending line. It's not intentional. I swear to God, it's not. I hear some pro black shit. I jump up on the panel, and next thing I know, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm in the land, the zombie land. I didn't know how did the hell I get here. But yeah, with me, the only thing him and I disagreed upon was this whole because most of his prompts when I did go over there were about BIPOC and people of color and all these terms that merge the black community with the Hispanic community, which I don't disagree with. I mean, if we're going to move forward, we're going to have allies. But I do not like these terms because black people do not benefit from them. I mean, and I've given this example many a time when it came to the black farmers and it came to getting grants for minority farmers. The black farmers ended up on the short end of the stick. In most cases, ended up with nothing because it doesn't benefit us. Uh, 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 um, I forgot the broadcaster's name, but he also indicated this too when they were handing out people of BIPOC or minority grants for broadcasters that black people were not receiving them. So they lump us in, and then when they say and this is in an effort to, and this man, that brings about another point. So they complain about people complain people complain about this African population that's taking things from us, say, oh, they're claiming to be African. That can't be proven. But you don't complain about that what can be proven, that merging ourselves with other populations definitely disenfranchises us, and we end up on the short end of the stick every time.
And that's not really that's not really their fault because the people that are supposed to get
No, it's
things,
not their fault. I'm just
it's not
saying
their
I
fault
don't
whatsoever.
agree with the
Yeah,
term.
yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah, I get what you mean. Though.
He pushes it too, like we're not gonna get through this fight alone. I agree, we're not gonna get through this fight alone.
Same here.
But no, we shouldn't be going by all of these terms that merge us together, especially when we're talking about resources. I don't mind being in a fight. I mean, I stand with the other minority communities, but I do not want to be merged together when we start talking about allocation for resources.
Well, my thing is about the resources. I mean, the resources can be equal. I don't have an issue with it. But when you're just allocating the resources just to them and not just for the people who actually been through a lot of things a lot longer than they have, yeah. And like I said, that's not blaming them or anything like that because they have no control over that.
Yeah, not passing the blame on them, right?
Yeah, because now FAAs will have to blame them all the time for a lot of things they have no control over. so yeah, he saw recently Trump just he and the DOJ just I think they just took the reparations away from the people in Evanston, Illinois.
You said took reparations away?
They did something with the reparations. I think it was supposed to be allocated to the Evanston community in Illinois.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the case, but how can federal interfere with local?
Yeah, they
I
did
don't
that.
know.
Yeah, they stopped Everson, Illinois from the DOJ ordered them to stop, and they put them under investigation because they're saying what they're doing is racist
Oh
because
yeah, they're doing that all across. Okay, so Trump's DOJ accused the mayor. I can't remember his name for the life of me right now. Accused the mayor of Chicago of racism too. And the thing is that what the mayor of Chicago did was invite people to the like when it came to city contracts. He said, well, we're going to invite people to the table that have never before invited to the table. And those it just so happened that the people that had never been invited to the table, far as government contracts involving construction and other things, who happened to be black people. So he said, no, this will no longer be. Black people will have a seat at the table and be able to bid for contracts. And if they win the contracts, they get the contracts. So the DOJ tried to interfere in that. So anything that benefits black people or not even benefits, allow black people to be in the room, the Trump administration is attacking.
It's attacking it, yeah, because you got
and see my whole thing is okay if you want to pass laws that say you can't have things that's particularly for one race, then take race off the table.
Take it off the table, exactly.
Take race off the application. Take race out of everything. If you don't want it in getting contracts, if you don't want it in getting benefits, if you don't want it in getting reparations, take race off the goddamn table, and we just gonna all be Americans in this motherfucker.
Right. It's funny that, when you hear stuff like this, what this man is doing, I don't hear a peep from Tariq Nasheed or FBA saying a damn thing about this at all. I don't hear him saying nothing.
It's because being paid by them.
You talking about Tariq Nasheed?
Yeah. I
respect Tariq Nasheed for the documentaries that he had put out. As far as the I also respect him for even though I don't think I don't even think it's Tariq Nasheed. I just think is the people that's is all clicked up. You know what I'm saying? So you got these little cliques of people that all come together and they be like, oh, they just found out about FBA, what an FBA is, and they like, I'm a FBA, and then they feel like they need to go out and target other black people like Africans and Haitians and Jamaicans and it just makes no sense to me when I hear them talking and they talking points. They don't have no proof of the stuff they be saying. I'm like, where is the proof, man? Just show me one little emulant, one little artifact. I mean, just show me something. You know what I'm saying? And I get on the bandwagon with y'all. If I find out my people was here before I knew they was here, I'm gonna be on the bandwagon with you. But if you can't even show me, and then you scared of science, and you won't even take a DNA test, then yeah, I mean,
they're just gonna deflect and name call you. I've been on these FBA panels, and it's just all echo chambers, man.
Yeah,
a lot of it.
It is.
Hey, let me respond to the part about his documentaries. So yeah, I remember the hype surrounding them when they first came out, and like hit the color, watch hit the color, and just off that alone, I was like, I gotta watch them hoes. It's gonna be official. Never watched them. We did a video. It's on my YouTube. I don't want to go look just to see how long ago it was, but probably about like 6 months ago, where we went through it, and it was full of misinformation. And pretty much all the misinformation is echoed like on social media today. And within 30 minutes, what's our sister who was taking account, man? Salute to her. I'm sorry, I can't name drop you right now. But we had her in the chat taking count. Over 100 lies in under 30 minutes. 100 misinformations in under 30 minutes. But it is also Tariq Nasheed. I was just in his live the other day. Made him switch up his game plan. As soon as I came into the live, he was talking about Elmina Casa and talking about, they charge me more than they charge regular people. And I said, bro, you always got the continent in your mouth. As soon as I said that, he must have seen it in the comments because he switched up. He started inviting people up on the panel to pretty much just glaze his ass. But no, Tariq Nasheed is definitely a provocateur. He's definitely an agent of chaos. Of course, misinformation. I don't see no good in him. I ain't gonna even lie. He's like the human version of Scar to me. And I'm young Simba. I just don't see. Yeah, like
it's profitable. It's profitable.
He's a grifter.
It's a grip.
Pretty much. I mean, if anybody's been paying attention to the alt-right movement, it's a lot of it is performative. These guys get donations, they get YouTube views. I don't know what other platform they're on, but whatever, they're getting advertisement money just to come up there and say, oh, look at these group of people. Oh my God. Yeah, if I was getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions $1 million a year, maybe I'll sell my soul a little bit. But I mean, that's exactly the route he's taken, and he's going to stick by it. And he's going to keep this gravy train going as long as he can possibly get as much idiots that will sign up who, are trying to find some sort of identity that they never had. And he's like the prophet that they've, were waiting for. And he's just literally if you hear a lot of the people that's talking or have talking points in those panels about being an FBA and you're a terror or whatever the case may be, a lot of them you can tell are just like, they don't know how to think. And I don't want to, I hate saying the whole repetitive, you have low IQ and who has low IQ, but it just seems like it's a gullible population of people that just don't know how to form world views on like a logical and follow a logical science-based evidence-backed argument. And it's like, well, that's not true. It's just this because I say it is. And that's his whole entire group of people. Like nothing. Like he uses these one-off examples. I was having a conversation with one of them this morning, and I was like, give me more than one example of the thing that you're trying to tell me is normal. I can find one example of something and be like, hey, yeah, no, that one example doesn't matter. Give me a million examples of that thing so I can see some sort of normalcy in that data. And they're like, well, shut up. They're going to cut my mic off and tell me, it's the same thing over and over.
How can I find paperwork that say my ancestor was enslaved? How can I take a DNA test that tell me that I'm 75% West African? How can I do that? But
they'll say the slave trade didn't exist, brother.
That's crazy.
Bro, I was actually seeing that in the comments earlier. I was like, they literally, these people. That's why I didn't know what y'all was. I didn't know what y'all was talking about because I was seeing in the comments people were saying the slave trade didn't exist. The slave trade didn't exist, and I'm like,
but at the same time, like what Don Dawes said, that they'll switch up and say that it did exist. Like one minute they'll say it didn't exist, then they'll say it did exist.
But even Tariq Nasheed even acknowledged that he's a descendant of a slave. Of enslaved people.
He think he got relatives that is the Olmecs too.
So, that's what he believes too. He thinks.
I guess it's what you see. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I way before the internet, way before TikTok, my partner was showing me the he was showing me the Olmecs. I mean, I'm talking about we was like when we had the internet was new, but we was in libraries, and he was showing me the pictures of the Olmecs, and to him they look black, but to me they look Mexican, and I was like, they look like Mexicans I know. You know what I'm saying? And so, I guess they could look black or they could look Mexican. It just depends on what you see. But the science, like they extracted DNA from the Olmecs, from the like they could literally take DNA off of the statue. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a statue, they could still extract the DNA of the people that built that statue. And all the DNA, none of it led back to Africans. It led back to
the actual people in that area.
Yeah. So I mean, if you don't believe in science, that's like, it's like I can't even have a conversation with you if you don't believe in science.
That part don't make any logical sense when they say that they don't believe in DNA. But how in the hell are you related to the Olmecs if you don't believe in DNA? That don't make any sense.
It's all lookership to them.
It's lookership, right? That's what it is.
And you got to ask yourself. You got to even using their point, to say that okay, black people was the Olmecs, and black people was the Choctaws and the Cherokees and the Seminoles and but those people was in the southeastern portion of the United States.
Exactly.
So where is all the black people between there? Like between the Olmecs and the black people that's in, like, why is there just like a little section of black people, and then way down in Peru or Central America, you got these statues that they just because they got thick lips and thick noses. They got Mexicans with thick lips and thick noses.
Mm-hmm.
So
And I
that
guess in
don't.
essence, they're dark skin because they love to like use the dark skin as their narrative that these people are us. Well, Mexicans gonna be dark skin too.
I mean,
They'll make them
the
black.
only thing that I can agree with them is that black people have probably spread it across the whole world. But when you believe in science, you know that evolution is going to happen, and evolution over thousands and thousands and thousands of years,
Mm-hmm.
your body is going to adapt to
Just don't
the
adapt to the
environment that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
even when we say it like that, my bad. I just want to expand on that because this is what happens. Oversimplification turns to misconception for people. So when we say black people probably populated different parts of the world, what you said actually happens before we get to do that. Before we get to populate the whole world, because it ain't like we can just do it in one lifetime. We can't walk everywhere and populate the world. Before we can do that, we migrate into these different environments and these different climates, these different regions where they got different sun exposure, different foods, and people become their own ethnicity. It's so hard. I remember, man, when I didn't know how the hell white people came about, and the only thing I knew was the Yakub story. And it's like, it's like this is not how these people actually come to be. And if that was the case, well, how could you reproduce with these people? You can actually have a child with a white tea woman if that's what you chose to do. But yeah, it's crazy enough as it sounds. As hard as it is for people to comprehend, when people migrate out of the region, they go through those mutations. When it's not mutation like the X-Men, because I think people have a negative connotation to that. When they go through adaptations, they go through natural selection,
I
and
mean,
they become their own unique, distinct people.
I have a scientific mind, so I have a theory, and my theory is that they lived in caves. They lived in caves so long, they didn't have no exposure to the sun, so their bodies adapted to being in a cave, to living in the cave life, and it adapted. That's why their hair fell, because your hair is always going to point towards the toward the highest heat source, which black people hair point toward the sun, but they hair point toward the ground, which there's a heat source in the core of the earth. So, and then you living in a cave, you're not getting no sunlight, you're not getting nothing, probably during the time of the dinosaurs. And I just believe, I mean, it's just a theory I'm throwing out there. I just believe they evolved to turn white because they was living in them caves for so long. After so many years, they came out. You know what I'm saying? And now they they get skin cancer if they go in the sun. Too long.
Yeah. It's that like with the cave, but it's also it's real cloudy. It's real cloudy up there. So pretty much the adaptations that they got to go through and genetic mutations they got to go through for lighter skin is caused off that natural selection. Pretty much their skin became lighter to better process vitamin D production. So whereas where we could take in the sunlight because we have darker skin, over there it's better for them to have like lighter skin to have that vitamin D production flow through them. So it is the caves, but it's also the colder climate, the cloudy skies.
Yeah, because you could actually explain. Okay, they have long noses, and then black people have short noses with wide nostrils. So when you in heat, you need a wide nostril to cool off that air when it's coming in. But when you living in a cold environment, you need a long nose. So as that air is entering your nostrils, it's cooling off. It has more time to cool off because it's going through that long nose. They eyes turn blue because you looking at snow, you looking at ice, you
Well,
looking at you looking at the light reflecting off of it. So your eyes had to evolve and to adapt to that. I mean,
that's a good theory. That's a good theory. But I was a health science major in college, and the reason why white people eye colors is the way it is that the same cell in our body, black people, that's responsible for pigmentation, which they're called melanocytes, is the same cell responsible for your pigmentation in your eye. So the lack of melanocytes will have your eyes in various green, blue, grayish shades outside of just your normal brown. So that's one of the reasons.
Hey,
So
hey,
that
hey,
makes sense.
hey, and this another one. This another one. Okay, I'm gonna be TikTok friendly. The phallic. Okay, so the black man's phallic. So when you in heat, the phallic comes out. But when you in cold, it goes in. But when you in that environment for hundreds or thousands or millions of years, it evolves to be out, whereas theirs evolved to be
Okay.
in. Yeah.
That's an interesting
I think,
theory. Hey,
yeah. I
That's
don't know.
true
I
though.
think, there's some truth to that. I ain't gonna hold you. I think there's some truth. I think there's some evidence to back that up.
yeah,
I don't.
it
I
definitely
actually
could
did
be.
that research probably like 2 years ago for real.
Yeah.
But shit, yeah, that
Well,
happens.
that's
You
true.
getting that cold water, you gonna find out for yourself.
Mhm.
I think another one of the FBA talking points, which I honestly, you know, have been trying to get some clarity on, is the idea that other groups are actively taking taking away economic opportunities from foundational Black Americans, which I try to refute that claim they've been spewing every time I get up into a panel, in that I tell them all the time, like, hey, we live in a democratic country that's its political system, and the economic system is capitalism. By its very nature, capitalism is competitive. So you have to compete. You're gonna either compete physically or mentally, blue collar, white collar. If you're a blue collar, you're good with your hands, you're good with whatever you're doing. If you're white collar, you're good mentally with whatever it is that you're doing, higher cognitive thinking. So the rebuttal for that is, why do we have to compete? We shouldn't have to compete. You should be left out of this country and we should take these opportunities. And my rebuttal to that is, like, it doesn't happen that way. Like, you're going to want the best and the brightest within a group to do a job. It doesn't have anything to do with race. If I have a company and I'm going to hire people, and it just so happen all those people that apply are, white, and they're good, and let's just say, I'm an equal opportunity, and there's a percentage of people who are Black and a percentage who are Asian. If all the whites are good at that particular job, I gotta hire them. There's nothing wrong with that. If all the Black people were good at the job, I'm gonna hire them. There's no harm, no foul in that. Companies are gonna do what's best for them. So they're like, no, you're taking opportunities from us, and I'm like, that's just not the case. That doesn't represent how the American, economic system of capitalism works. It's incentivizing. It pays you for your hard work. Now, is it true for everyone? No, because there's nepotism, right? People are just going to get opportunities by default where it comes to relationships, whether your family, your friends, different strokes. But for the most part, most people are going to have to just have raw ambition, dedication to what they want to do. And that's just the bottom line. There's nothing more to it. And they're on these conspiracy theories about how the government is planning us foreigners here, and we're trying to take out. I'm like, that's not the case. I'm telling you, there's no one in the United States, any embassy in the United States is sitting there with foreigners coming in, and them giving paperwork saying, hey, go in this particular community and, just take opportunities. Here's $20,000 and this is how you do it. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird. There's a whole bunch of conspiracy theories.
I don't mean to cut your wisdom. I just want to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, because I agree with pretty much most of what you said, but what I don't agree with is, okay, so Indians hire Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans hire Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
Asians hire Asians.
Mm-hmm.
So, you just said, yeah, I'm gonna hire whatever the most qualified. White people, YT people, they hire YT people unless the government on their back and the government is saying we're gonna give you an incentive if you hire minorities. That's the reason they was hiring us. They was only hiring us because they was getting incentives, tax breaks, and stuff like that. Before that, they wouldn't even hire us. They hired only YT people. So my question to you is, now I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the fact that you should just hire your people. I think you should hire the most qualified person. But
So
what I'm saying is, so what you saying is, we should continue to just hire the most qualified person, or should we do like they all doing and hire our own people? And basically what you said is we should hire the most qualified person.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm asking y'all a question to the panel. Because black people we have always been the people that's been the ones that treated everybody with love, even though they didn't treat us with love. You know?
Okay.
So my thing is, should we stop doing this?
Okay, I got a great answer for that, I think, and I hope I could paint the most clearest picture here. So you're gonna have we have a working class in this country, right? Or they call the population of people that work the why is the phrase missing me right now?
The
Anyway,
middle class. It's called the
not
middle class.
not necessarily the middle class. There's another phrase I want to say.
blue collar.
Not blue collar. It is it
The working
marries the
class.
word economy. Geez, why is it? Anyway, the job market. Yes, the job market. That's the phrase. Like within the job market, right? You present yourself with your skill set, right? And based on where you're positioned geographically, right, there's going to be more or less of you within that geographic region. If that geographic region has a company and there's just a lot of you versus a lot of other people, and I mean you, I mean race, there's a lot of your race. If there's a lot of Asians, if there's a lot of whites, you're going to get that job. That the likeliness of you getting that job is a lot higher, right? For example's sake, if you went out in 1960s out in Cali, you live in Silicon Valley at that time, 98% of the people who were applying for a job was going to be white. So even if they had to hit their diversity quota and just hire that one white guy, black guy, they got a large pool of people that are white to hire from. So you naturally would have seen that. Now, historically, the black community, we were just always a part of the job economy or the workers' economy, and we were not so much the entrepreneurial
Word
economy.
y'all looking
So
for is proletariat. Y'all looking for proletariat. That's the word y'all looking for.
okay, if that's the word. So we were never in large part, we didn't have a lot of capital. So we couldn't take ventures in forming business, just like how Intel or Microsoft or Walmart was formed with just, raw capital investment in an aggregate basis where everyone could come together and put their money. People were just trying to survive. And if you were black back then and you tried to do a business, it was other blacks going, look at this stupid N-word. You're not going to go anywhere with that. So we're not going to try. Just literally maybe 3 months back ago, I was at a tax sale deed auction, and there were like 2 black guys next to me, and there was also some white guys, and the black guys were like, man, all these white guys, they know how to get the money. They know how to get the money. And in my mind, I'm like, I wanted to say something to them, but I really didn't. I really wanted to tell them like, hey guys, the way they get the money or the way they do what they need to do is that they put their money together. They invest in an opportunity, right? Private equity. venture capital. It's not always on a large base. You don't have to do billions of dollars to hit a venture. It can take $100,000 to get a venture, and that might be 10 individual investors that can do that on an aggregate base. So that's where the idea of, hiring your own comes in. If you don't have a lot of people within your community, or if your community doesn't have businesses inside of it that you can go around within that community where all those people look like you, and you can pull from that particular job market, then you got to go outside. You got to go look for other, you got to go kind of fixate yourself into other groups. Hence, Equal Employment Act. Like, white people aren't like, oh yeah, we want to hire you black guys. There during the civil rights movement, and I forgot his last name. Anyway, his job within the civil rights movement was to go out and talk to a lot of big white businesses owners and go, hey, it's good if you hire blacks. Like, let's sit down. You have a big economy. You have a huge economy of people coming into money. That'll make it look good for your business. You'll get more business if you're an equal opportunity employer. And the Equal Opportunity Employment Act just passed. So you don't want to get sued. So avoid being sued and get a share of an economy of people who are coming into money because the Civil Rights Act just passed. So they're just waiting to spend their dollars with you. And if they see, hey, my cousin just got hired here, they're going to spend their money with you. So that makes sense. That all makes sense, I hope.
You know what? I want to, before the can get kicked too far down the road, I want to dispel a misnomer that was put out. Companies have never been offered incentives, bonuses, tax cuts, or anything in order to hire minorities or black people. What was in place is called affirmative action, whereas they could not say that only white T men were qualified for the position. And that has gone away now because people were hyper fixated on white T women being the beneficiary of it. Not meaning that we didn't benefit from it also, but we're and to me, the notion of it is like cutting off the nose to spite the face because white T women benefited from it. Let's do away with the whole thing. But because of affirmative action, white T people could no longer say that only white T men are qualified for the position. The most qualified must be hired for the position. But yeah, there was no government incentives or tax cuts or tax breaks because that's illegal.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro, that's illegal.
Nah. Let me cut your wisdom right quick. Okay, so this is a fact. That companies. I'm talking about regular companies like Walmart, like Kroger's, like regular everyday companies got a tax break and they hired a minority. That's a fact, bro.
That is not a fact. That's illegal.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That
yes,
is
it is.
not. That
yes,
is illegal. That is illegal. Okay, so show it.
It's illegal today because Donald Trump made it illegal.
It's been illegal.
No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
It's been illegal.
Bro. No, it hasn't, bro.
Okay, good.
It's been companies that's been getting tax breaks for hiring minorities for a long time.
Show me one company.
No, bro. Do the research, bro.
No,
you got a phone.
Because
you got a Google.
You're asking me to prove a negative.
No, I'm telling you, this is a fact.
Well, okay, so show me the fact.
Come on, bro. Don't do that.
I absolutely.
Now, what I'm saying is, you could actually.
I'm absolutely going to do that.
You can actually go on your phone and you can Google it, bro.
So absolutely.
This is known, dude.
Do you think that I'm telling you something that I have not already
studied? Why you think Donald Trump
ended
the thing? Why you think he ended it?
What did the thing did he end?
He ended the fact that companies are getting tax breaks for hiring minorities.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Okay, so show it.
Yeah,
okay,
I just
hold on.
My phone says you're a ass liar.
Can I chime in? So a part of the in Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, right? When that act went into place, that particular part stated that it would be illegal, right, for companies to discriminate based on race, religion, and whatever the case may be, right?
So what happened? There was an incentivization. It was a negative incentivization, right? That negative incentivization was that there would be a lawsuit on your company if you didn't hire. So to prevent that lawsuit from happening and you having a negative light as a company, which again, you would have missed out on a large market of people who were coming with their money to spend with you, because now the barriers are down. All blacks can shop anywhere. There's no segregation anymore. Right? So the incentive was a negative incentive, which was the lawsuit that if you didn't hire us, we can take you to the court and sue you. So that's what I was talking about. I wasn't alluding to any tax breaks. I don't know if any, I
No,
don't
no,
know
no, no, no. I
personally.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree
yeah, bro. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, yeah. They literally had a tax incentive, which
No,
means
they didn't. They did not.
if you as a company hire the right amount of minorities, then you
That
get a
is
tax break.
never
You get a
happened
tax
in.
break for that.
That is
Bro,
never
you're literally
happened.
misconstruing what the actions of what DEI was having about including a certain amount of minorities, and that wasn't undocumented people. It was talking about citizens. Talking about citizens, bro. You're literally up here repeating Republican propaganda. It's just bullshit.
Yeah, because it's never happened. And I'm gonna tell you, as a former service
No,
member,
nah,
I've
bro.
been. I have a form.
Nah, bro. Listen to me.
No, I'm not gonna
Let
listen
me.
to you
I'm gonna
because
go
I'm
ahead and clear
already
it up.
I
talking.
don't know if he
Don't.
talking to me or you. I don't know if he
Well,
talking
no,
to me or you.
I'm already talking. So
Because what I'm
He
telling
said
you,
clear.
this is a fact
you
that
know what?
companies got tax breaks
It's
for
not a
hiring
fact.
minorities.
It's not a fact.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, no, he's right. It isn't. Companies can't receive tax breaks for hiring minorities. It's
It's
not. It's actually
illegal.
prohibited for them to do that. Yeah, he is right. Or
They
did you
did
get
it.
me?
And that's what I'm
They
trying to
did
tell
it
you.
though.
Hey brother, you ain't got to talk over me because I'm gonna pause so you can rebuttal or rebut. So the thing is that as a service member, I benefited from DEI because it was illegal for my superiors to say that only white. I mean, they would have done it if it was possible. It is illegal for them to say that only white teen males were eligible for promotions or eligible to move on to the next ranks. But now that what Trump has done away with, which you're talking about, you have JD Vance and the rest of them denying black generals promotions
Yeah,
based off of nothing,
based off
All
of
right,
racism.
hold on. Let's go. Let's read it. Let's read
based
it.
off of race.
So this is kind of verbatim what you said. Do the companies get tax breaks for hiring minorities? It's going to say no. Companies do not receive tax breaks or credit.
In the 1990s and the 2000s.
You want to put that on there too?
Yeah.
I think right here it kind of explains it right here. But I'll put that in there though.
It don't matter what year you do it; it's been illegal.
Yeah, because
That's never happened.
it's been gotten rid
So
of by the
show
Trump
it, brother.
administration.
So show it.
In the 1990s and 2000s.
Yeah.
It's been illegal since the enactment. So it wasn't happening in the 90s or the early 2000s.
They was getting tax breaks for
So
hiring
show
minorities.
it.
It said no for the 1990s and 2000. Just as today, federal tax credit explicitly based on race or ethnicity during those decades would have violated the United States Civil Rights Act of 1964 and been struck down as unconstitutional. So, but I think,
Maybe it wasn't tax breaks. Maybe it was something else.
I think what you're
it
referring
wasn't
to.
race. It was something else. It was
No.
okay. So let's see this right here. This is it. I think this is the misconception right here. So the IRS Work Opportunity Tax Credit is a federal
That's it.
program that rewards businesses with tax credits ranging from $2,400 to $9,600 per individual hire. Per eligible hire for employing individuals within 10 specific target groups. These target groups, I don't got them all up here, but I think they got 1, 2, 5 of them. Designated community residents, right? Individuals living in the federally recognized empowerment zones or rural renewal communities or counties, which are low income geographic areas, heavily populated. Formerly incarcerated individuals, people hired within a year of felony conviction or release from prison, public assistance recipients, individuals, families receiving SNAP, food stamps, temporary, long-term unemployed individuals who have been continuously out of work for 27 weeks or more, and qualified veterans.
Yeah, and none of it is on race. So yeah, he's right. It's just economic.
Yeah,
Usually
okay,
economic
my bad. It's
issues.
not. It
Yeah.
wasn't on race, but it was on the categories that mostly describe our race at that time period.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I knew
He
they was
just
gonna
read
say.
it. That
He
was a
said, "I
nice try,
knew."
though.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it did. Yeah, brother man not a pseudo, y'all. So you know what I'm saying. This is the first time over here. Y'all don't gotta be too aggressive with him. He seemed like he cool
No, I
people.
know, Jackson. I know. We disagreed and agreed on some things on other panels. I know who he is.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, I felt like as soon as I saw that was a misconception. But the part of the conversation I kind of had left and went into a rabbit hole on my own. When Errol had brought it up about the FBA rhetoric and how they talk about people getting their benefits, and then we kind of went to that part. So I went into, what did I go into? I went into let me see if I got it pulled. I went into the greatest replacement theory. Of course, I always say that one. So I ended up finding Renard Camus. That's I guess the author of it. Then from him, it took me to the white G side conspiracy theory. And from there, it took me to David Lane. And from there, it took me to the American Nazi Party. And it's kind of where I'm at right now with it. Mm-hmm. So this is the predecessor for the shit that these niggas is echoing modern day. And I'll go back to.
Oh, they're all FBA talking points. It's all FBA alt-right, super to the right talking points from what I've observed thus far. But maybe I'm wrong. But it's like it's very anti-black. It's divisive. It's very you versus us versus them. So I don't know. I guess that's what Tariq Nasheed is selling, his particular base, and it's galvanized them to the point.
And you just stick your finger in there. No. And you do
Let me hear this tea, y'all.
No, go away. Somebody in the background.
They in a live. They ain't sound like they in another live. Damn, I had it up here too, where he's talking about. Okay, yeah, he says right here, great replacement theory is a ethno-nationalist idea that Western countries with majority of white sea populations are having their populations replaced with people of color. This theory has roots in the early 20th century French nationalist, popularized by French writer Renard Camus in 2012 book La Grande Replacement.
Hey,
it's suggested. Good.
Hey, open up your screen. Hey, mute Jackson too. I'm on my other profile. I need to switch. My 10 minutes are up.
Yeah.
Okay, so put the tenets, because I got it in my photo cache. What are the tenets of the alt-right?
Okay.
Who the founder of all the All Right was, right?
Project 2025.
We know part of 2025. Yeah, we know about that.
That's
You know
the
the founder.
Okay, now what does it say? It should start out with the replacement theory.
White nationalism.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, read the tenets. Read the tenets of alt-right and to tell me that don't sound just like FBA.
All right, let's go.
Sounds a lot like FBA.
Let me see the
But
question.
their version of great replacement theory is flat blackness.
They literally put blackface on it. Sharp for alternative right, center white tea nationalism, egalitarianism. Fuck it. Total rejection of both mainstream conservatism, liberal democracy. The movement operates as a loose, largely online subculture rather than a formalized. Okay, we get to this part. So white nationalism and ethno-states, white identity politics. The foundational belief of white tea people must organize politically as a distinct racial group to protect their demographic and culture. Well, this is the part that they fucking up on right here. They trying to hold on, you see?
They're trying to make themselves like they are protecting their white race, or make it seem like they're a civil rights group or something.
Exactly. That's why I'm drawing the parallels. The same thing the FBA saying they're protecting blackness.
Hold on, we gonna get some trolls in here. Let me block this one while you on Tea Time.
I know FBA. Their whole idea is
Can I ask y'all a question, bro?
Hold on, let me read it. Let me read this real quick. I'm gonna read this. I probably ain't gonna read it all. Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, this is where they fucking up because they not aligning with race. They kind of doing a sub-race or sub-ethnic group shit. But as a political distinct ethnic group to protect their demographic and cultural dominance, separatism, oh yeah. Many core figures within the movement explicitly advocate for regional or racial segregation or the creation of an explicit white ethno-state, white genocide, conspiracy theory adherents heavily rely on the Great Replacement theory, claiming that multiculturalism, shifting demographics, and open, here we go, immigration are part of the deliberate plot to systematically erase white majorities in Western nations, reject of mainstream conservatism, anti-establishment. The alt-right defines itself against traditional conservatism, often pejoratively labeled by the movement as conservative Inc., prioritizing race over policy. Adherents view mainstream conservative focus on free markets, deregulation, limited government, as well as or weak or ineffective, arguing that global capitalism degrades the national identities and borders. Anti-egalitarianism, natural hierarchy, rejection of equality. The movement fundamentally rejects the Enlightenment era concept that all humans are being born equal. Instead, they are, man, y'all should have seen, was y'all there? I was debating two niggas, and they was trying to push like what supremacy and nationalism.
That Black Americans are superior to Africans.
Yeah, and then
where are your inventions?
Right. Show me an African equivalent of Michael Jackson.
Yeah, where's the African Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan is the African Michael Jordan.
All you got to do is say Michael Jackson, and if they could come up with somebody better than Michael Jackson, more well known than Michael Jackson, more loved than Michael Jackson, if they can come up with one person that's could even touch. And see
who could come up with.
So what I'm saying is I love Africans, but at the same time I gotta recognize that I come from a totally different people and a totally different culture.
See what I mean?
Let's talk about it.
See what I mean?
And in my culture, see, we came up under a system where they took everything. I'm talking about everything. Like they took your language.
Totally, men in black like they minds.
They took your culture. Yeah, it's like a hard drive. Like
the
your phone. Like when you do a factory reset. Like when you do a factory reset on your phone. That's what they did to us. They did a
black
page reset.
Well, they flash you with the neuralizer.
And then we merged with the same people, and we merged either whether it was by force or by choice. We merged with them through whether it was great or whether it was us just linking up with them and marrying them or whatever and having kids with them and we also merged.
Who's the them?
We also merged with the Native Americans. The them is the ones that enslaved us.
Who else though?
Who's them? Who's them you talking to?
I'm talking when I said with them, I was talking about the ones that enslaved us. So when we merged with them and we merged with the Native Americans, we became a whole new, bruh. It's like we totally
ethnogenesis.
I ain't gonna say it. You already said it. Said it. Yeah. So
let's talk about it.
What if I told you that the majority of black people did not have any Native American ancestry?
He already know that. I think
I already know that.
Hold on. Let him finish talking.
He's talking about the merging. He's talking about the merging of us with Native Americans and Africans and creating a new group.
He said with the people that enslaved us.
But what I would say,
he said we merged with them also and created a new group.
Yeah. So what I would say when
That's
it
what he
comes
Talking
said
about
also.
people.
when
You
it
talk.
comes to the Native Americans, what I would say is we yeah. That's why your grandma said
Here you go. Here you go.
hey baby, you know you got Indian in you.
Cherokee.
You got
Here you go.
Indian
Well,
in you. Now, now,
I
now,
think she said
my
it for different
grandmother ain't never
reasons.
said I was an Indian, but she said I got Indian in me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how much you did your DNA test? What percentage was you?
Shit. I'm 6. It depends on what test you go on those. One of them say 12, one of them say 6, one of them say 9.
How
Six
much?
you,
What did it say on the
indigenous?
European? What did it say on European?
It's like 25, like Scottish, French, and Irish.
So okay, finish your talking point because I really want to talk about this too because I did a little research on this. But
So
finish,
so what
get
was
to the
your so what was
hold
your
on, Red, because I
African?
wanted to get to the
The
point
data
where you.
keeps sliding. No, done
No,
data.
I know. Trust me. I want to get to the part where we talk about Michael Jackson and the comparative and the bigging up of Black Americans. I got you, Red. Trust
Shit,
me.
I done lost my train of thought, so I'm gonna land. Y'all go ahead.
No, you was getting to like why Black Americans are unique in their own ethnicity
Yeah.
and no accolades.
So, 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 um, so we not the same people, bro. They literally the slavery, bro. Part of the slavery was making us into something else. That was part of it. They made us into something else.
All
And
right, let
but
me
not
ask you
only
some leading questions real quick because I wanna. Why do you think that Africa doesn't have a Michael Jackson? Or why do you think that America, with those admixtures, why do you think that produced a Michael Jackson?
well, I'm gonna tell you like my grandmother told me, and like I also say. So and this is also scientific. The way DNA work most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the best DNA is gonna be extracted. So so shit, we just took the best. We took the best from the Africans, we took the best from the Europeans, we took the best from the Native Americans, and we created our own culture, our own people. You know what I'm saying? Our own. I mean, and we had to fight and we had to survive a system of slavery that was so brutal that it's like even a dog wouldn't even want to survive that shit. But we survived it. Our ancestors survived it so we could be here talking right now. They survived that shit. They went through the worst that you could ever go through and so just being suppressed under that system, shit, we had to become creators. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just creators because we on TikTok. We creators because we was creating the cotton gin because we was tired of picking cotton. So we made a machine that could pick that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why we the inventors. That's why we the ones that figure out, okay, shit, traffic bad. Shit, oh, I'm create a traffic light. You know what I'm saying? That's
What
we
did the cotton gin do?
it picked the cotton for you.
No, it doesn't.
All right,
It
hold on.
Oh,
separated
Go
the
ahead and
seed. It
respond.
separated the seed from the cotton.
Go ahead and
yeah,
respond to
yeah.
him. Go ahead and respond to him in general, Red, if you want
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
I
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna land. I'm landing. I'm landing.
appreciate that,
Okay,
though.
so oh man, I got to go all the way back to the why. All you got to do is say Michael Jackson. There is no well, just let me put it like this. Michael Jackson is the African Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan is the African Michael Jordan. We did not take that's not the way DNA works. You don't get to just choose the best out of each individual and then make up a new demographic of people. So yes, ethnogenesis, I will agree with. I won't fight with that. I used to until I got better understanding of what an ethnogenesis is. So on the continent of Africa, you have ethnogenesis happening where you have like let's say the Hutu and the Tutsi. At some point in history, they were the same people because genetically they still are. But they separated and they started practicing different cultures, doing different things, and now they've had an ethnogenesis from each other. So now, are they now both different? Yes, one is Hutu and one is Tutsi. But guess what? Both groups are still African. So that applies to us in the Western Hemisphere also. When we were brought from Africa to the Americas, did we have a separation from the original groups that we came from? Yes. And we amalgamated with other groups from Africa, creating a new ethnic group that we call African American. But that ethnic group is still African. We have never stopped being African. Just like Europeans that have been in America for 200 years and call themselves, because of nationality, American, they're still European though. And just like Asians, they will, regardless of nationality, because they are Americans, but even though they've been here for 200 years, they are still Asian. And that still applies to Black Americans also. Jamaicans, they're still of African descent at least. Because current day Africans are of African descent. Nigerians are of African descent. African Americans are of African descent.
A lot of the disdain though that comes from the FBA rhetoric is that they feel as though they're owed some sort of admiration by Africans for just the mere fact of going through the struggles that their ancestors went through, or their native ancestors, not their African ancestors, but their native ancestors went through. And so they deserve a constant admiration for that. And I don't know how on earth you feel so emboldened to say that the people who actually went through that puts you in that same light. It doesn't. Those individuals went through that, and now you're living in modern day. And so why must I thank you? Am I gonna ever, as a Afro-Caribbean, look down upon African Americans and the struggles and the plight of the ones who took that hard walk, actually set legislations in place, actually went through the brutality of slavery? Hell no. They're their very essence is, gave me the ability to be here. So I'll always have admiration for that. But why do you in modern day expect me to kiss your rear end, for lack of a better word, so you can feel validated for something that you actually didn't do? We can all sit down together and talk about Black American history. I'm okay with that. We can even talk about African history or Caribbean history, Black Caribbean history, Black African, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, it's just admiration for those individuals and the plight they took. It's for the Martin Luther King. It's for the Rosa Parks and the everyone at that time period. Let's talk about them and what they have to do. But I just don't see why it's the constant admiration and the feel of disrespect. Like I don't know. I don't know if it's an internalized thing that you just at a young age, somebody that was maybe African or Caribbean said something to them and they internalized them. I grew up in New York City. So as far as ethnic groups, I never saw kids that were Caribbean saying things to Black Americans. Shit, we wanted to fit in, if anything. And it was always an admiration. And the African kids, shit, they were so into their books that they stuck together and they never said anything. Maybe the African adults were a little bit more precautious with African American culture in terms of they just saw all the bad aspects of it and were telling their kids like, hey, stay away from the Black Americans, which, in quite honestly, my Caribbean parents were telling me the same thing too. But I was smart enough to, with my experience, say, hey, not all Black Americans are ghetto. Not all Black Americans is boys in the hood. They're not gonna shoot up the Asian store. I mean, pew pew up the Asian store. It's not that. I think that's just a gross simplification of everyone who's from that sort of lineage. So I just don't know where the whole,
But why were they telling you that?
telling
Probably
who
fell for the
why were my
propaganda.
parents? Yeah,
To be careful, to be careful who you're around.
yeah, most definitely to be careful who I'm around and
No, I'm saying, but
don't.
why were they telling you that?
You know what? It all comes back down to culture. everyone, no matter who you are, you're going to try to protect some cultural norm. And when you're in proximity of people who go against what you culturally feel is normal, your, I think, subconscious is just going to kick in, and you're going to try to be somewhat territorial, if that makes sense. And I don't think I think it's just a normal human behavior. We all can't help it. Like you only know what you know because it's your lived experience. So even though, they told me that, I saw something different because most of
Well,
my friends.
what I was hitting on. Tell me if I'm wrong, right?
Mm-hmm,
As immigrants,
mm-hmm,
you just can't like me as a natural born citizen. Me being born as a citizen of the United States.
mm-hmm.
You and your family can't run around doing what I'm doing. Even let's say I'm part of the bad element. You can't run around doing that. And you can tell me if you think I'm just caping for some of the immigrants or not, honestly, and say, and because what I'm about to say is that I think a lot of immigrants' parents weren't saying just totally stay away from African Americans in general, but stay away from the element because we can be deported.
Mm-hmm.
We have something on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Like so you got to walk this thin line. So so it's safer to stay to ourselves than you mess around with the bad element. But I don't think they were saying that all African Americans were the bad element. But you tell me if I'm wrong in that, honestly.
You're definitely what you said. I can't even lie to you. I can't even hold you. When I was growing up, that was a talking point. You'll get deported. But here was the real thing, right? There was, and it's kind of like a phrase I try to coin. There is somewhat a cultural embarrassment. Like if I don't hold up some cultural norms in terms of behaving and being on my P's and Q's, it looks disrespectful to my parents. Now, my parents are going to talk to my other Caribbean family member and or friends and say, hey, he did this. And now they're going to talk to me and or the friends will talk to me. So there's a level of embarrassment. And that was the most stickiest part of
I like that.
culture. Yeah, it happens. And quite frankly, it happened. And as I got older, I went to college. I had Asian friends. And the same thing was displayed towards me. When I went to my African friends, same thing displayed towards me. The sticky part of what made you really stay in line was that you were more afraid to embarrass your parents and your family more than even getting deported. Because being deported was like kind of far fetched. I don't think anybody, teenager could wrap that notion around their minds. But you could wrap being embarrassed. You could wrap Auntie Tanisha calling you and saying, "Hey, your mom called me and she's been telling me you've been acting bad. What's going on?" And you guys have a long conversation, and she start telling you, what you need to do. And she'll also have the quote unquote, separate talk. Like, you need to know that you're not a part of that culture and this is your culture, and try to, make you realize and remember all the time that you're raised in a certain culture and that culture has a certain expectation on you. And if you violate that, we're not going to be too happy about it. And there was just a cultural excellence that I had to follow. It was respect your parents, go to school, stay out of trouble, be educated, and family comes first. Don't disrespect us. That was like the 5 cultural pillar. And again, I saw that in a lot of my, non-American friends, Asians, Africans, other Caribbean people. And that was always our sticky point. That was always the thing. And were there bad Jamaican, Guyanese, Trinidadian kids out there that was doing shit? Yeah. Yeah, they came and they, I'm not going to blame African American culture. I'm just going to blame you made a decision. You had a good upbringing. You had a 2-parent household. And even if you didn't, you had a community behind you. You still chose to take that risk, take those chances, get yourself in a predicament that you're going to have to regret for the rest of your life. So yeah, so cultural admiration, Cultural embarrassment is the most stickiest thing. If there's anything,
Hey,
that's gonna be.
let me bring
Mhm.
the conversation back. I did want to address something. I know y'all. Hopefully, y'all didn't forget about Michael Jackson. Um, I did want to ask Red. I wanted to ask Red this. What do you think the reason is for the position that kind of like amplified a Michael Jackson or anybody, a Mike Tyson, a Muhammad Ali, a Michael Jordan? Red, if you're here with us.
Or what? Or how the question? Where is the African Michael Jackson at?
No, yeah, kind of pretty much how they came about to where like their popularity, their notoriety. We know where the like. You already talked about there's no like genetic selection or superiority out of that. Just kind of like how everyone views it, or how even African Americans view themselves to where they so like notarized and influential to the world.
I mean, well, you know what? The early civil rights leaders discovered that with the media. When at a time in history, and that's where I'm gonna start. Being on the global stage is all about the media, and how we're perceived in the media. So when you start out the civil rights era, our civil rights leaders recognized that to attack this government, you have to get them on the national stage. And not only do you have to have them on the national stage because they're claiming to be the moral compass of the earth pretty much at that time. Not only did you have to get them on the national stage of committing these atrocities against black people, but you know what really flipped the world upside down during the civil rights era? The watching white tea people be accosted during the civil rights era. So those white that really brung it down on there because like the world had grown, especially Americans had grown accustomed to seeing we were dehumanized. We were less than human. Seeing dogs sicked on us and hosing us down and things like that. But when they realized when they realized they could use the media, seeing people like what's the dude that was running Bernie Sanders is one of these guys that were seeing getting beat during the civil rights movement. Seeing their own being accosted on TV was a move too far from them. So moving forward, Michael Jackson utilizing I mean, the Michael Jackson had the secret sauce when it came to that collaboration between him and what's my guy's name? Quincy Jones. Oh, that I mean, they collaborated on the Wiz, and then they got together after the Wiz to get on that Thriller album. They just had the secret sauce. Michael Jordan, he just had the things, but like there is no we just have that inherently as being West Africans because when you look at people think that's just coming from African Americans. It's not. Like look at the NFL today. Look how many of the players are West African. Look at the NBA. Where's Wimby from?
Yeah, and they got that draft. I'm trying to figure out where he from. He supposed to be the number one. AJ.
Oh,
Yeah.
that dude from the Columbine?
I don't know. I don't know where he from.
Well, he's not from I'm talking about the Columbine, the actual NFL camps. The dude has never
Oh, this for
played
NBA.
football. He's never played football.
Dibansa. He's Congolese and Jamaican.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one right
He's
here.
never played football in his
Now this one,
life.
he right here. He finna be the number one pick.
Yeah, because they figure if we can teach him something. Oh no, I'm talking about the football guy.
Yeah, I know. This dude finna be the number one draft pick though right here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
AJ, I spent it. Yeah.
Because they realize I mean, this is the secret sauce. It's not being African American, it's being that the African descendant. We have those genes. I mean, depending on what you want to achieve, between the fast twitch muscles of the Well, hold on. What is it? I forgot which one has
That was
which
it.
now. Huh?
That's it. It's a fast switch.
Yeah, that's it. I actually thought about that right before you said it.
Yeah, the fast twitch muscles of the but the East Africans have something else which enables them to run
Oh, longer,
uh
yeah.
longer distances. That's why you see the Kenyans and the even though I think Kenya is considered West Africa, but they're on that side of the world also. Like when you see the Ethiopians, the Kenyans, the Horners, niggas running for 12 hours without even sweating. So yeah, these it's because we're African, not because we're African American, but because we're African. It's just that natural gene within us. This is what Jesse Owens proved back when he ran ran in Germany.
Man, you know what getting me kicked off from a lot of these pretendian panels is when I tell them that 'cause they be talking about how they did all this and they built America. I'm like, bruh, America didn't get built. It didn't get built until them slave ships pulled up. And if them slave ships would have never pulled up, if y'all really Indians, y'all still be living in teepees. Because when we pulled up, we built this bitch. We built this motherfucker. We turned America into the greatest nation on earth. We
Yeah.
and it's only 250 years old, which is very young for a nation to be so powerful. But why is it so powerful? It's because of us. It ain't powerful because the Europeans, shit. I mean, if they were so great, why they wasn't so great where they was? You know what I'm saying? Um, and if you want to build a nation, why would you not go to the continent that built the greatest buildings on earth, the pyramids? You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't you go to Africa to find the builders to build this shit? And then we had to invent things to make it easier for us. Yeah, they took the patents or whatever, and but you can't deny the fact that we built that shit. Even when they went to NASA, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when they went to the moon, you know what I'm saying? They would have never been able to make it to or from the moon without those black women that's in that movie called Hidden. I think it's called Hidden Colors or something like that.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden
Hidden
Figures.
Figures.
Hidden Figures. Yeah, yeah. So you can't. My whole thing with I don't have nothing against the Africans. I don't have nothing against the Haitians and the Caribbeans. I only want to deal with them. So I can't really, I mean, I mean, I mean, who created the greatest revolution on earth? Toussaint
Hey,
Louverture. And I'm not just saying that because when I go home to my family reunion, I'm going to the Toussaint Milburn family reunion. I'm saying that because Toussaint Louverture created the revolution that actually, when the American slaves found out about the Haitian Revolution,
yeah.
that's when everything started changing. That's when France had to leave and sell America for pennies on the dollar. I mean, not America, but Louisiana. They sold it. They sold it for dirt cheap because when they showed up on the Haitian island, all they seen was plantation owners' heads on top of spears, circling the whole island.
I want to talk about this part before I go ahead and land this live out. It's crazy it came back full circle. I was mentioning this earlier. This is in response to Red's answer. So in the Cold War, they had propaganda. I was kind of talking about this behind, they was talking about Martin Luther King and leading us to the burning building and talking about desegregation, how that was a bad thing, quoting Farrakhan, not knowing that it was a lot of propaganda that was being used in. They kind of actually assisted in it. So Russia had used like Jim Crow lynchings, the segregation of the schools, the photographs of Emmett Till, and he had spread this propaganda across like Africa, Asia, and Latin America to argue that American democracy was hypocritical. So much so, let me see real quick. So much so that in the U.S. State Department, Justice Department they had cited it directly, and they said racial discrimination furnishes ammunition for communist propaganda mills. So what Red answered was kind of the answer that I was looking for. It was media. This is the reason why there's no Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Simone Biles, all of these figures in the 1700s, in the 1800s, right? We're not finna get our figures like the Louis Armstrong, the Duke Ellingtons, the Lena Horns until we have like radio, all right? Until we have media. So yeah, I did a little overview on it. It says the global spread of Black American culture was uniquely accelerated by the geopolitical dominance of American media infrastructure throughout the 20th century. So we're talking about as early as the 1900s. The Hollywood and radio pipeline, as American movies, television, radio, and record labels exported culture across the globe. Black artists and actors and athletes, heavily featured, reap those benefits. So I'm glad he actually hit on it, because that was actually what I was looking for. It's our proximity, kind of similar to what you was talking about. It's our proximity to America and American culture and American inventions, and it all runs cyclical. And I'm not saying like, we didn't come up with great ass inventions, but I can't exclude other inventions that other ethnicities came up with as well. But essentially, it had a lot to do with like World War II. It says like the rapid mid-century evolution of mass media acted as a massive catalyst, taking Black American culture out of regional segregated spaces and launching it onto a global stage, right? So when we look at Black Americans, and I just do this to kind of deflate the ego of Black Americans, because it doesn't do us any good. Like we're overly confident and undereducated, to me, at least from my experiences. And of course not individually, but as a whole. But yeah, it says right here, before 1940s, Black American culture expressions was heavily localized, right? Or systemically gatekeep, not culturally gatekeep, but the system wanted this. So geopolitical shifts in World War II and the introduction of new broadcasting technology fundamentally broke those barriers down. It's talking about something right here, the physical export, Black GIs and V-Disc. V-Disc is, I'm finna get put on some game right here. During World War II, more than 1 million Black Americans served as the U.S. military. Although the military was strictly segregated, the deployment of Black units completely changed the cultural landscape of the countries they were stationed. Right, so live cultural intrusion, Black regiments, support divisions, military bands brought jazz, blues, swing, gospel directly to Europe and the Pacific. For many Europeans, this was their first exposure to live Black musicians. Here are the V-Discs, victory discs is what they call them. United States military produced millions of special vinyl records called V-Discs to boost troop morale. These records heavily influenced by Louis Armstrong's, the Lena Horns, because the records was traded, shared culture, and left behind in foreign countries. They introduced a generation of global youth to Black American sound. Says the media boom, AFRs and transatlantic radio, the explosion of new audio technology during the war allowed Black music to bypass the racially biased gatekeepers of commercial American radio. That's the AFRs is the Armed Forces Radio Services, established in 1942 to broadcast the truth. I want to get to his hands. It's going to break on the double V. Chill out, yo. The Black Press and the Double V campaign, major Black-owned newspapers like Pittsburgh Courier, Chicago Defender, reached historic circulation peaks during the war. They launched the Double V campaign, victory over fascism abroad. Yeah, pretty much essentially it was media, whether that was the tapes they talking about, the radio broadcasting, modern day television and media outlets. This is the reason why our culture is so admired, so enamored, so popularized, and so influential. It's because of our proximity to Europeans that we see as a byproduct of the war. And, we would not have been in them countries fighting nobody war on our own volition. I mean, we did it on our own volition, but we not have did it have we not been, ultimately forced to America to have to fight for our freedoms and financial gains and liberation. So I think that part is interesting. How we was able to get so much exposure. It's not because we have this exotic genetic makeup where we, because that's kind of like, I don't know if you know, like La Raza. That's how the Mexicans kind of refer to themselves. A group of Mexicans refer to themselves as La Raza, and they have a superiority complex as well, where they think that we're mixed with Amerindians or Native Americans, Europeans, and Black. And they say, yeah, this is the race. This is how ultimately like humans are going to be. There's not no situation like that with us, but it kind of is our proximity to all these different cultures and that shared experience more so than any kind of genetic admixture, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that I think one the phrase that summates everything that you're saying, brother, is American exceptionalism. I think that runs it all up. It's just America. Let's be real. Every other culture, including the country that I'm from, look at America as the one of the coolest place to be, especially in the 90s. And or that time period behind that, it still is a galvanizing culture, because it's the world's biggest melting pot. The biggest companies are here, the biggest entertainers are here, bar none. Like no one else does it better, and the African American culture is here, and again, bar none, it's one of the world's most influential culture. It's never going to stop being. And it's ironic to me that there's such a push in the last 5 years for nationalism and separatism, because I feel like we, as Black people, as a diaspora as a whole, offer so much to this country and every country that we're in some way, whether it's African American, Caribbean, African, just bringing the culture, the flavor, the food, the style to those nations, that it's just better overall, and it's beneficial for everybody to take part in each other's culture to an extent. I'm not here to gain from African American culture. I'm here to follow the American dream and gain on a capitalistic level. And that's all my goal is. I'm not up here saying, I'm going to crossplay being Black, not authentically African American Black. I have a Caribbean heritage, and I know that well.
And that's not a requirement.
And it ain't it's not a crime, because no one owns
it's
culture.
a requirement. Hey, revere us. We make this possible for you. Our ancestors are we.
Right.
But yeah, I think
Right.
it is the most influential culture. And that's not, I'm not trying to shit on African Americans when I say this, but I low key am, because we don't have any autonomy over that influence, over that. Like, this is the most influence is one of the most fucking powerful superpowers that you could have. We got to have autonomy over it. We don't have no control, no ownership over it. And that's the part that be blowing me.
Yeah, and I hope in the future entrepreneurship is more evident in the Black African American community. I'm always a champion for that. Like, since growing up, like if I go to a new medical facility, I want to pick a doctor and I see it's Black, of course, as a Black man, I'm gonna go to another Black man to be my doctor, because he and I can relate. But specifically, if I see that name as non-African, and specifically it sounds African American, I'm like, I want to go there. Not to hate on my African brothers, but I'm like, if I see him in the hallway, heads up to that fellow. To that African American gentleman, because I know I came here and I read the books and I saw what this culture, this group of people specifically, and their suffering and the things they had to do in this country to get to where they're at. And, for the people who've made it, they deserve that. They deserve that. They deserve all the success that comes with it. And I'm not going to be one of those. I'm going to sit here and generalize. It's not the case. Are there bad Black people? Yeah. Just like there are bad Caribbean and African people. So, but I'll land my plane with that. It was a good conversation to have with you guys. I hope you guys have a good Good night, good week, fellas, and I'll just land my plane with that.
Definitely, I appreciate your submission, Errol. Glad having you up here.
All right.
Offered a lot of information. I'm about to close the live off. Anything you want to say, Jason? Appreciate you coming up here as well, brother.
Yeah. What you just said, brother, that was just up here. I agree. I agree with what you said. It's good to know that that people from other cultures look at African Americans like that, because we was always taught that they always look at us in a bad light. Like, don't mix with them. Don't mess when we're giving you your citizenship, but don't mess with them African Americans. Stay away from them African Americans. You know what I'm saying? And then the way, like you was talking about the media and how we portrayed around the world. We portrayed as gangsters and thugs and pimps, and you know, they don't even realize, like, we did the first open heart surgery. You know what I'm saying? They don't even realize that we did so much in this country and so much for this world that they think we just thugs. And it's good to hear somebody from another country say that. I appreciate you for having me up on your panel. My first time being up here. I'm gonna be following you. So yeah, I'm gonna land on that.
Man, I appreciate you. Yeah, look out for me. I'm trying to go back live a little bit more frequently now. We'll see how that goes. I'm not really like consistent on a daily basis, but I do try to get back in the mix. These people just like, I really kind of like having debates. These people don't want no smoke like that. They just really want to crash. So I am gonna get back to some more topics like this, more conversational, more informative. And I think that's gonna be beneficial for all parties involved. Yeah, we had a good conversation. Yeah, so I definitely appreciate you coming up. You man, especially you being from New Orleans, because man, buddy be trying to set a bad example.
I'm from Louisiana. I'm from Lake Charles.
Same thing, Louisiana, same thing. My bad. I know it's a different city, but yeah, Louisiana at least, you know, damn. But yeah, tap in with me. I post my lives to the YouTube, so y'all can all recap this on YouTube. The same name as here, the Don Dada. No, actually, it's the Don Dada 69 on there. That's the original page that got banned. But yeah, I mean, from my experience, bro, these people have always glazed us. I'm not going to hold you. Like, I understand it's some bad apples, and media does amplify that, and they try to show that as part of the propaganda. And like I was referencing earlier, people who fall for that, they was already kind of hateful anyway. They was already looking for that. They wasn't free thinkers, critical thinkers to begin with. So they ain't really want to fuck with you like that anyways, to be honest. But everybody who know, like, you got good people, you got bad people in every ethnic group, in every race. So that's just how that's gonna be. I was thinking of this though. You walk into a barber shop, you ain't see nobody in nobody's chair, but it's an Indian man, it's an Asian man, it's a white man, it's a black man. Regardless of what you think, everybody's gonna go to their race. Black people, African Americans, we more likely to go to the best barber. Whoever the best.
You most definitely want to go to somebody that got at least your hair texture. You know what I'm saying? That know your hair. So yeah, I mean, that's understood.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, shit, I don't get down. But yeah, we're gonna have some more conversations, man. I'll probably tap on here, man. It's been a good build. I appreciate everybody for adding their submissions. Mello, you know, you're my family. Oh, Mello, I gotta talk to you actually, brother. So I gotta talk to you about like what I'm trying to get cranked up. So yeah, I'm glad you followed me, Jackson. I got I'm trying to build a community where like minds, really like pro-black, try to unite, try to get on at least a form of code where we support each other, where it's free. You know what I'm saying? Where it's free, support each other. Somebody got like, because this man, listen, from my experiences, from my research, these people playing games with us through the algorithm and some more shit. So only way to beat the system is to unite. I feel like we ain't. I haven't seen nothing out there where we trying to unite. I'm not gonna hold you. Like black people, we all unite. Ain't nobody trying to be at the head grifting. trying to smash all the ladies and all this other, fuckery. No real like counsel at the head. I ain't really seen nothing like this. So trying to get something started. I don't know if it's gonna be like I said on Telegram, Discord, WhatsApp, or whatever one of these things, but definitely gonna get something started. It's gonna be sooner than later. But yeah, I want to have a conversation with you, Mello, about kind of like how you want to do it, like, cause I want it to be like, cause of course it's gonna have to start with like some of our mutuals, but just see like how we want to operate it, cause it's gonna have to have some type of structure. I don't want it to be like FBA and everybody out here just willy nilly doing their own thing and just claiming PIP and shit out loud. So we gonna get into that. If y'all see this video and y'all want to tap in, follow me on the YouTube or the TikTok or Instagram. It's all the same name or something similar. Yeah, it's been a good one, man. Peace.
Make that Telegram, bro. You already know.
Telegram.
Yeah, whatever you said you was gonna make, whatever.
All right, I'm gonna chop it up with you on the back end.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
All right, y'all.